And we're going live.
Yes, sir.
What do you got? Social media?
People love you, bro.
People love you too. Oh, we're live. We're doing it right now.
Excited.
So we've what's the word? Gawked? What's the word when you ogled over someone's body?
Sure.
Well, dude, you got jacked. You went from being skinny to shredded.
Yeah, yep.
You're pretty serious about MMA training, man.
It's really just about like the lifestyle. You know what I mean? You're a martial artist, so you know, freaking the mind and the body and the soul go together. So
yeah, for
all
sure.
of these things I'm learning about them. I'm able to put them all together. You can't be a complete person until everything is together.
Ooh.
So you know, spiritually, I've already ascended above my peers. Now I'm taking my body up there.
How do you do it spiritually? Through that giant jug of weed you got on the table?
Exactly. Stay high.
Yeah, for the folks only listening, Wiz brought literally like a mason jar filled with weed.
Yeah, yep. And it's like halfway full.
Do you
I
have
was in the
specific strains that you like?
Yeah, I smoked the KK, Khalifa Kush.
Oh, you got your own shit.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Because I got tired of smoking all different types of weed. It's like a drink, you know what I'm saying? Like alcohol. People only drink dark liquor, whiskey, or I only smoke KK.
Only KK.
Yeah, yep.
If you mix it up, though, you'll get a big hit, right? Like, if you switch it up to somebody else's stuff, you're like, woo, like your body's not ready for it.
My head will go crazy, and like I'll really feel it. You'll see me like over in a corner stone somewhere. I only have to smoke KK, that's it.
That's the weird thing about weed, right? Like, you get used to a certain strain.
Yeah. Like, I'll get physically, like, ill if I don't smoke my strain. I'll get runny nose.
Really?
Coughing. Yeah. I need KK.
Wow.
Yeah, yep.
How much do you smoke a day?
Probably an ounce. Like a cool,
Jesus.
We burning a cool ounce. How about you?
I don't smoke that much.
Yeah.
No, like a joint. More like a joint a day. I'm a
Really?
Yeah.
I would think that you were, like, just getting stoned all day.
I get stoned all day when I don't have shit to do.
Got you.
But if I have too much shit to do and I get stoned all day, that shit doesn't get done. Oh,
You said you like blunts?
Yeah.
Why you like blunts?
Because the little tobacco gives you like this little extra high.
Yep. I'm glad you admitted it.
Yeah.
Like, people who smoke blunts, they don't. Some of them, they don't know that they're tobaccoing, and they try to mask it and say, no, you know, it's a leaf, and it's like, no, bro, you like tobacco.
It's tobacco with weed.
Yep.
It's like a combo high.
It cuts it a little bit too.
I like it before I go on stage. It's my favorite before I go on stage. It gives me like a little pickup, but a little high, but a little like woo,
yeah. I'm happy how legal weed is these days, because it's like my son had a spring concert yesterday, and I would feel like shit back in the day walking in there smelling like bud, because he goes to private school, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's a reflection on him.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you got the weed head dad, blah, 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 this and other thing. But it's like nowadays, that shit is cool. Like,
no one cares.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, I've seen it happen, because I have a 22-year-old daughter, but then I also have an 11 and a 9-year-old. And with the 22-year-old, when she was growing up, it was all weird. It was weird. It was like if you were a loser if you were smoking weed.
Play dates, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
people coming over your house, you got weed at the house.
Yeah, bro.
Parents get weird.
I live like right up the street from a school, so like I'm getting real technical with it. Like, I'm in a school zone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
legitimately, yeah.
Bruh, like, I could be not here right now.
Incarcerated.
For real.
Yeah. Did you see that lady they locked up today in Dallas? Did you see that shit?
Nah, no.
An old lady, a grandmother, they locked her up because she had CBD on her.
Really?
Oh, yeah, she was at the Dallas airport. It's not even psychoactive. And I think she had the oil, like, for her skin.
Right. Oh,
like,
they just hating.
It's just ridiculous.
And she's an old lady, too.
Old lady needs it for arthritis.
That's trash.
My wife's mom uses it for arthritis. It's great for older folks.
CBD is the shit. I was about to call her my ex-baby's mom. She's still my baby's mom. But she has another baby on the way in her new relationship. But she's able to take CBD during her pregnancy to help her her nausea and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would you hate on CBD, bro?
No,
like,
it's amazing.
It's the shit.
My friend's son has some seizures. He has like some sort of epileptic seizure. Gives him CBD, it's gone. Gives it every day. He doesn't have them anymore.
That's amazing. I love that.
It's incredible.
That's so good.
It's almost, you feel like you're lying.
Right.
It does so many different things that when you talk about weed, you feel like you're lying.
Yeah. I mean, like, these days, in this day and age, I was just telling somebody the other day, smoking pot is going to be old school. Like, you know what I mean? We're still going to do it, but it's totally moving towards just ingesting it and rubbing it on and all of that shit.
Sprays.
So people, so people are less scared of it, and it works. Like, like fuck, like, you know what I mean?
The thing about the edibles, though, it puts you in a weird place if you get too much. I've seen some people melt down.
Yo, edibles are crazy. So I got a homie who just took a THC pill yesterday, and he was talking all types of shit like he was gonna be awake. That shit knocked him out. He's probably still asleep. Like, yeah, the edibles fuck you up. You do edibles?
Yeah, I do, but I've had some bad experiences. Like someone, not bad, but like completely lost touch with this dimension.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had a friend who made THC pills.
Yep.
And I was taking him at a party once. And it was a party for a jiu-jitsu tournament. So because it was a jiu-jitsu tournament, and then there was this party afterwards. And by the time the pills would kick in, I have no idea how much it was in there, because it was like some handmade shit that this guy put together himself with little capsules that you buy.
Right.
It was as high as I've ever been in my life. Like to the point where I wasn't even seeing people. I was seeing like a two-dimensional cutout of the person, and then behind them I was seeing like their true intention, their soul like peeking out. I was really high.
Fuck.
And I was talking to this one dude, and he was just he was a high-level jiu-jitsu guy. He was really odd. It was a very strange feeling I got talking to this cat. And then like a month later, he was on the run for rape. Yeah, he had raped some woman, and then he escaped, and then he was so addicted to jiu-jitsu. The story was that he started training again with a fake name. But he was like this high-level black belt, and there's only especially back then when this happened, this is like the early 2000s, there's only a certain number of high-level black belts that are running around.
Right.
So he put on this fake Brazilian name and started training in like the Pacific Northwest.
What the fuck?
But he's strangling black belts, and everybody's like, "What the fuck who is this guy?"
Jesus
so people ask,
Christ.
so someone took a picture of him, and they go, "That guy's wanted for rape."
Oh shit!
Yeah. But I remember talking to him on these THC pills, being like there's some wiring that's not correct here.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Damn, dog. That's whoa.
Yeah.
THC pills and
they expose things.
Yeah, they do, bro. I did mushrooms and it exposed a lot. Ooh. Yeah, yep. Do you do shrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. I fuck with mushrooms because that's what happened with me when I was on mushrooms. I was able to see people's true intentions.
Yeah.
Because being a rapper and shit like that, you know, you'd be having to peel back the layers.
Layers and layers and layers. And
I was trying to peel my own layers back just for my own personal.
Everyone
and
is,
I
right?
ended up, and I ended up being like backstage somewhere, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I'm around all these people, and like I really see their true intentions. And it was like, I see what crowd they are, and it was like, I felt like I was separated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, I was on a boat all the way out here, and they were all on an island partying, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I could see what's going on over there, but it was cool. I do mushrooms every now and then. I don't fuck with it all the time. I haven't done them in like 3 years because they help you see shit like that. So it's like for me, I'll take that experience and I'll just live with it.
Yeah.
I don't need to keep going through it over and over. Like you probably seen that dude and was like, oh shit, now I know people who are rapey as soon as I see him.
Well, I knew he was dangerous. Like he was a legitimately dangerous person. Like that's
insane, bro.
Not just a trained killer, but he was dangerous, like the way he thought about things.
Woo! That's wild.
There's people like that out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know until you experience it, and that was a mild experience compared to most people's encounters. There's a lot of psychos out there.
It's fucking crazy motherfuckers, bro. I know just probably in fighting too. That's why I feel like more people need to like smoke weed and train.
I think so too.
Because it balances.
The training is great, man. It alleviates all that shit with most people. But there's gonna be some dudes just like that guy that are just out there.
Yeah, they're taking it to that level, like
yeah.
That's crazy.
When you think about the world of fighting and competition, I mean, you're dealing with people that are taking the biggest risks. They don't have to do that.
Right.
This is like a choice.
Right.
They could get a job. The choice is, I want to get a job trying to fuck up other people who have a job trying to fuck up people. The killers, the trained killers, just going after each other.
Right.
And when you're around those dudes, one of the things you realize very early on, you can have your preconceived notions about them being like mean people or violent people.
Right.
They're people of character.
Yes, sir.
You have to have extreme character to pull off what they do.
Yeah, yep.
They're some of the best people I've ever met in my life are fighters.
Yep.
They're a different breed of human being.
Yeah.
They chose that path. They chose it. No one's forcing them. We're not in war.
Right.
They decide to go and do that. And like, whew. That's why it's so exciting to watch, right?
Right.
Because you know that they're putting everything on the line.
Right. I look at it like you said, they chose that. So to become an athlete, to choose to fight, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of them are really, like you said, smart and they're technical, and especially how the sport is developing these days, because people don't want the long-term damage, but they want to still, like, you know what I mean, go hard. So they're coming up with fucking all types of ways to do this shit. And it's like, at the end of the day, you have to be creative, or you have to have some type of something up here, you know what I mean? You're not just fighting to be fighting, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
I think they all go in for the same reason. They're trying to find out if they can do it, right? In the beginning, then they have just a drive to prove that they're the best.
Right. I was just talking to somebody the other day about that. It was like a crazy argument because they were saying how fight fans are just there for knockouts. And I was like, you definitely have your knockout fans. I was like, those probably are the people who pay the most, you know what I mean? It's like, but I was like, you got to give credit to a lot of people who understand fighting and love it and are viewing it for that aspect. It's like, you know, when you watch football, like a lot of people played football and, you know, wish they could have been that person on the field. They just haven't, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was trying to explain to them, I was like, there's a huge crowd of people who actually know about this shit and who are knowledgeable, and those people support it as well. It was weird.
Yeah, I feel you. I know exactly what you're saying. There's some people that just want to see people get beat up, and some people that want to see Floyd Mayweather duck punches. Right. You know, one of the best things about Floyd Mayweather and Canelo wasn't that Floyd beat Canelo up. He outboxed him. Right. But he showed this level of defense. Right. If you're a boxing fan, you're like, Jesus Christ. Like, he knows everything that's coming. He's always in the right angle. He's always one step ahead. And that's why he's so good. His defense is, I mean, Floyd's only been hit like a few times his whole career, like really hard.
See?
Like, Shane hit him a couple times. Was it Maidana? Yeah. Maidana hit him really hard once.
And they fucking like save the clip and play it over and over again. It's like so.
He can be hit. Really? You think about other boxers, how much they get hit and compared to Floyd. I love watching that. I love watching someone who can move like that. Like my favorite fighter to watch in the UFC was Mighty Mouse. Not just because he was the best pound for pound fighter on the planet, but because he was not getting hit. He was occasionally someone would tag, like John Mayorga tagged him with a straight left. Occasionally some guys hit him, but most times things are just grazing. Most times things are getting blocked. And even if he gets hit, he's moving. It's he's a puzzle. Like if you're a fan of martial arts, you want to see the master of the puzzle.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, hell yeah. And I don't count them people out, and I wouldn't fucking sit in front of a dude and let him just be like, oh yeah, everybody wants to see knockouts. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, it's not like that, fam.
I think everybody likes both things, though. Yeah. It's like when you get like Arturo Gatti versus Micky Ward. Did you ever see that fight?
I will have to go back.
It was a trilogy of fucking wars between these two guys that were not champion. They were like one step below at the time of their career being like championship level. So they weren't like in threat of fighting for the title. No one thought like Floyd was better than both of them by far. But what they were doing was showing that two guys that are similarly talented can put on like the most entertaining fight in the world. It was incredible. It was crazy to watch. Just a war, back and forth and back and forth. I like watching that too. You know?
Yeah, I want to see a good fight, me personally.
I like watching both things. I like watching someone just completely Willie pep somebody, just like Pernell Whitaker used to do.
He's a great boxer.
He couldn't hit him.
Nope.
He was so slick.
Nope.
You know, and you can only do that for so long, like in any sport. You can only be at the top for so long. But if you watch those performances when those guys were at the top, that shows you what's possible.
Hell yeah. And it's good to see somebody like master their craft too. Because you see them come up. Like you watch them be and then it's like they become the shit. And it's like, oh yeah, like, you know what I mean? I've seen this dude like start from just being okay, and now he's just fucking shit up. You see him learn and you see him develop and all of that stuff. Is fun. Like you grow with him.
That's a good combination of getting to the bottom of shit is weed and martial arts. That's a good combination.
100%.
It really is.
I do like a lot of my thinking is just from like after I train, I'll just sit there and just think about nothing. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ideas come to me, how to deal with situations. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it just, I don't know, it just happens like that. It just flows.
Yeah. Yeah, it flows. And I think like the training helps you get all the bullshit off your back.
Right. Hell yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yup. Especially for me too, because like I party a lot and I'm in the studio till like 5, 6 in the morning and I'm drinking and stuff like that. So to just be going down that path and doing that every day, bro, I look crazy. I'll feel crazy. Like I have to get that off of me, like out of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why your gym is crazy, bro. I need to do something like that for myself.
It's nice to have
At some point. Like, that's how I look at you, like the OG. So it's like, I'm not going to go do it tomorrow. Like, hey, everybody build me a gym. But, you know, eventually that's the goal. When I look back, I'll be like, I seen Joe's gym, and that's what made me.
Well, dude, you train hard. I've seen your videos.
Yeah, I get to work.
You work out at Unbreakable? Is that your spot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great gym.
Yeah, it's a really good gym. Jay Glazer. He owns that spot.
Very, very impressive place. He put together an awesome place.
Yeah, it's cool. The team there is good. Like I said, it's not all about like just fighting and being, you know, the biggest, baddest, meanest motherfucker. Like they really taught me about my body. That's what they do. They teach you there. Whatever your goals are, they bring you, you know, up to that speed. So it's like I weighed like 140 pounds ever since I got out of high school, and I was like, fuck, I gotta gain some weight. And they helped me out.
And doesn't Snoop train there too?
Yeah.
There's this video of Snoop sparring. He's sparring Daniel Sarafian.
Yep. Daniel's fucking crazy. You
He's
ever
a
met that
beast.
dude?
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yo,
I've
Daniel's
called his fights
crazy.
before. He's a tank.
He is crazy.
That guy's a tank.
Nuts. His thing is like, yo, I gotta get hit. I'm like, all right, Daniel, you know.
He's got to get hit to wake himself up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
Take those hits,
There's
Danny.
Snoop sparring with him.
Yeah, Snoop was going at it too. He was trying to take him out.
Dude, Snoop throws some good shots.
That's them
man.
right there.
Yeah, Snoop's got skills. He really does.
I'm glad Daniel ducked that one.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Get him, Snoop. Oh!
I guarantee you, Snoop
Look,
would
that's
fuck
Ernie right
up
there.
a lot of people in a regular fist fight.
Hell yeah.
He's tall as shit, too. Look at him.
Coming at him like that. Look at those arms.
Yeah.
Bip! You ain't
Look
duck.
at that.
Go ahead, Snoop.
So that was... That's Sarafian. That guy's a tank. Yeah, he fought in the UFC for a while.
Yeah,
He's still fighting, still active.
Yeah, I think he's in Brazil right now.
Is he?
Yeah, yup. He was working at the gym for a minute, then he, I guess he chilled out.
Yeah, it's anyway, my point was the videos, it's nice to see because you're training hard. Like
Thanks.
I'm watching you do Muay Thai and hit the pads. I'm like, dude, you're really putting in work on this.
Yes, sir. Yeah. It's an everyday thing. It's a journey, like, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to learn. Ernie Reyes is my, oh shit, that's Senchai right there. That was fun.
Snoop.
He was teaching me some stuff.
Wow.
That was early though. I suck right there.
Still though, you are sparring right there with one of the greatest Muay Thai fighters, if not the greatest of all time.
Yeah, that dude's super tight.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's really good.
His videos, like the highlights.
Yeah.
You ever see that jumping left switch kick he knocked that dude out with?
Yeah.
He's outstanding.
He got some crazy kicks.
So how cool is that, man? You're sparring with one of the greatest of all time.
It's fun as fuck because it's like those people, like, you know about fighters, they're the majority, like you said, when you meet them, they're cool as hell.
Yeah.
Like, so to meet him and him not want to whoop my ass or like tell me like, hey, you look goofy, sit down. He's like showing me shit that I could use later. So it was like, it was cool.
Well, the Thais have a really interesting way of sparring. Some of them do. They play.
Right.
They don't hit each other full blast. They like tap and they laugh around and joke around. They're just developing their timing because they fight so often.
Yep.
John Wayne Parr's a friend of mine from Australia, multiple-time world champion. And, you know, he would talk in depth about how they would play. They just play. They just hit each other, just slap each other a little bit. And like that way they understand the timing of it, but they never worry about it. They don't get hurt. And they can do it all the time. It's a really smart way to do it.
Yep.
But you'll see guys like Sarafian, he's capable of doing that. Like so he could spar with a guy like Snoop, or a guy like Sanchai could spar with a guy like you and just play with you.
Right.
Well, everybody just have a good time and it's fun at the end.
Yep. Super fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Hell yeah. Definitely seen that a lot, like on Instagram. And even with my trainers, we'll do it. Like me and Ernie, we was just doing that yesterday, where it's like developing the timing of the kicks. Where it's like, you kick me, I kick you, I kick you, you kick me, I kick you twice, you kick me 3 times, I kick you once. Like you said, just playing around.
Yeah.
And like when you got a good sparring partner, you take care of each other.
Exactly.
You don't hurt each other. There's no ego involved. And the Thais, they do like knees. They'll knee the fuck out of each other. Like it looks like kind of hard, but they're just making their bodies harder, like you said, for later, because it's like they're used to it.
A lot of times they'll slap each other with the side of their leg too, rather than like really drive the knee in.
You just hear it smack.
Yeah, they're just slapping each other a little bit. But it's obviously it's very effective. Like they figured something out.
You got some crazy kicks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I seen what was it, a side kick that you did?
Probably a turning side kick.
Yeah, you gotta teach me that.
I'll teach you that.
Yeah, I just need the form because I'm learning just a regular side kick, like a slide. You know what I mean?
You should go to like a Taekwondo school. They'd be the best at showing you how to do it. I'll definitely show you how. But if you need a place to train, find like a really good Taekwondo school. Because one thing, Taekwondo has some things that, you know, won't work in MMA if you're adding takedowns and punches to the face. But because they don't punch to the face in tournaments, you get used to doing crazy kicks.
Crazy ass
so
kicks.
So they have a lot of weird leg dexterity stuff. And if you get good at that stuff, I think that's like if I had a kid that wanted to fight, I would say, let's just do some Kyokushin or some Taekwondo first. Just do some karate, something where you develop in leg dexterity.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Then, as you get a little older, then move you into Muay Thai.
Right.
So you could do both things. Because if someone's, when guys are like constantly chomping at the legs, they never really develop the kind of spinning kicks that the guys do where they don't kick the legs.
Right.
Those are the guys who develop the best spinning kicks because it's so easy to chop the legs and effective to chop the legs out. So a lot of those techniques don't really get dialed in to the level that they get dialed in from a Taekwondo guy because they can't kick each other in the legs.
Right.
It's kind of a dumb way to fight because you should kick the legs, but at the end of the day, it allowed them to develop some crazy shit. A lot of weird spinning stuff.
Spinning like
you don't see fast shit, man.
Super
Some of those guys are so fast.
Yeah.
And the power's insane.
Yeah, because it's all momentum and torque and crazy shit.
But it's hard to develop.
Right.
It's hard to develop those techniques.
It's like a lot of the posture, and you got to really, you got to be balanced, and you got that knee is everything, right? Like you got to, that's how you aim it. So it's like when you're spinning, or even if you're just standing there, you have to have correct posture to be able to do a couple kicks, like you said. It's like a lot. You going coming at somebody, spinning, blitzing, doing all types of shit. So it's different for sure. It's
really good for your balance too. You do that as a young kid and learn some other shit later.
Right.
You'll have balance.
Yeah, that's what I seen when you kicked the fuck out of that shit. I was like, yo, it's like really balanced and straight. Like, you know what I mean? The tech, because a lot of people, all right, you might be strong as fuck, but you can see technique.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you do the shit over and over and over and really perfect it, that's different than just being able to throw a strong kick.
Yeah. Technique's everything, man. It's that way in jiu-jitsu. It's that way in. It's got to be that way in music. It's got to be that way in everything.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm in the studio like all the time practicing. Like, I could write a song before this interview is over, but that's because I practice. You know, it's not because like I'm the most lyrical person in the world. It's like I just fucking rap every day. Like, you know what I mean? So it should come easy. So.
When you write, do you write things out, or do you do it out in your head? Like I know Jay-Z supposedly doesn't write anything, right? He just keeps it all in his head. Which is incredible.
It's awesome
that he can do that.
Right.
It's kind of insane.
Yup. I have different processes. So like for me, I have melodies. Like I'll sing and I'll rap. So it's a lot easier for me to just have a melody in my head and make up the words as I go. But if I'm writing lyrics, like writing words down where I actually rap it, that's when I'm going to use the paper, you know? But there's different ways to do it because honestly, this is what my studio setup looks like. It's like a chair. The mic is right here. I don't go in the booth or anything, and my engineer's sitting right there. So it's like we're coming up with it as we go. Like I'll take a little break, just write something down, and then I'll just jump straight back on it. You know what I mean? So there's different techniques though, because a lot of the time, sometimes I won't write shit. I'll just go and just make it up and just keep going, keep flowing. Or there's times where I could just lay a melody and then write the words to it later. So it's just different, you know, ways to approach it.
So you just do it based on however you feel that day?
Whatever the track really calls for. It's like, if the song is something that I get instant inspiration, I'm like, oh, I'm going to knock it out right now. Or if something that I want to live with for a little bit, I'll just do as much as I'm happy with at that point and then move on to the next thing. Come back to it later and just make sure everything is fresh. I like to keep everything fresh, keep it fun, keep it loose, and I don't really overthink anything. If it's not there, then I just go away from it and find something that's more fun. Hell yeah.
It's a beautiful freedom to be able to do that. You know? I mean, you obviously picked the right fucking job.
I swear, like, you know, it's work because I'm always looking for what's next, you know what I mean? For the fans, for the listeners, for the people who supported me all the way to this point.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I gotta push myself. I gotta do what's next. It's gotta be crazy. You know what I mean? I got a son, he's 6, so it's like I gotta impress him. I can't have him just listening to a whole bunch of other rappers and not my music. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah. It's you know, it is an interesting responsibility you have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And a guy like you becomes famous. It's an interesting, like, you have so many people that want you now. And I think we need to call it a different thing other than work.
Yeah.
Because it's like, there's work, like, fuck, I work for UPS.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. They got good benefits. But that's work.
Right.
But what you're doing is like, you love it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, when you love something, it almost, we need a better word.
Yeah, for sure.
That it's the same word as working at McDonald's. It's the same word, work.
Work. I don't know what the word would be.
You need a better word for like a passion project, for like being able to do what you want to do.
Exactly.
Whatever that thing is.
Yeah, yep. No, I believe that. That's a good point. Because it's not the same work. It's not the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. We need
we've done our word. We put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
If you had a shit job in your life, you know what that is. That's work.
Yeah, we put in the work. We've done that.
But saying I'm going to work when you're going to do something you love, you're excited about.
Yeah.
We need a better word.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Nah, it's true. That's why people get pissed at me. They're not going to work. There's 100 girls there. It's not work for him.
Bro, I had a punch in just like you. Yeah, in that sense, the world's just not fair. You know? Some people's jobs are not the same.
Yeah, I mean, fuck.
Do you stop and think about how fortunate you are?
Yeah, yup. Yeah, I thank God every day, bro.
Beautiful.
All the time, because it is a blessing. I'm literally like, last night I'm like writing a song, and the only problem that I had was like a girl's ass was right on me. And I was like, baby, like, I'm enjoying this as much as you are, but I gotta like physically write. So it's like your ass is like moving my arm around. Like, you can do that, but just right there. You know what I mean? Like, and I started thinking to myself, like, wow, these are my problems. Like,
yeah,
that's cool.
Just need a little bit of discipline.
I'm cool with that.
You have no problems. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, for sure. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And the song got written. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Job got done. Yeah, there's another word, right? That is not work. You are not working. You're working. Obviously, you're working at it, but it needs a better word, a nobler word.
The fans will come up with the word for sure. They're way more creative. And they got way more time on their hands.
Yeah, I think they will.
They'll figure it out.
And we'll report back.
For sure.
We'll find it. It just makes sense. There's no way it's the same thing. It can't be.
Nah, hell nah. For sure. Nope.
Yeah. And that's why I always tell people, when people always try to think down, they always try to think, man, that's easy for you to say, or not everybody can make it. Yeah, you're right. Not everybody can.
Truth.
But maybe you can.
Right.
Like, what does that mean? Not everybody can.
Not everybody can.
Not everybody's going to do everything. Yeah, not everybody's going to walk to the top of the hill.
That's the thing.
Some people are going to stop halfway and go, I can't do it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, people limit themselves in a crazy way. They're like, oh yeah, everybody can't do it. It's like you said, it's like, no, everybody can't do it. It takes a lot. You know what I mean? You gotta fucking go through the shit to get it. But when you get there, it looks awesome, right? So yeah. I mean, fuck.
It's whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just try to figure it out and go do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Like you said, the top of the hill looks great, but Some people settle for the middle.
Yeah, and they get mad if people get to the top. This motherfucker. You know, they get mad.
Yeah, yep.
At the top, man, there's no one who's like you who doesn't work hard.
Right.
So that's the myth, right?
That's the thing, too. It's like maintaining.
I mean, it's, again, the wrong word for it.
Right.
Passion hard, whatever it is.
Right. I mean, you
dedicated to your craft.
Maintaining it there's an art to that, right? Because you work so freaking hard to get to where you're at. And then you get there and it's like, oh, fuck, what do I do? Like,
there's no rest.
There's no rest. And everything that was acceptable before becomes unacceptable because now you're up here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you have to pick your shots. And like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't really like just go crazy like you did back in the day. So there's an art to it. You know what I mean? And that's how you really maintain and stay in that spot and even level up.
So do you consciously think, okay, balance out enjoyment with things that I have to do to stay disciplined?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
That's a very smart way of looking at it.
Yeah, yep, 100%. Like there has to be a balance of each because it's like, all right, now I'm at this new level. Like whether I want to behave like this or not, I put myself here. I worked hard. Now I'm with these elite motherfuckers. So this is how I have to act. Because I'm not down here anymore. I worked from here to get here. Yeah. So what happens? You balance, you put things into place, you do a little bit of this and a little bit of that instead of a lot of that. You know what I mean? And you just pick your shots. And it's like, you're going to get everything in the end. This is how it's just planned and how it's supposed to be. But you just piece it together just a little bit differently. Like, I just turned 31. Well, damn, no, I'm about to be 32. That's young to a lot of people. That's old to some people as well. But for me, it's like, it's a whole new mind state. You know what I mean? And I feel like through my 20s, I was actually like a fucking teenager. And like now I'm an adult. So now I look at things a little bit differently. It's like, yo, I was really a kid. This is how you behave as an adult for the rest of your life. And it still involves a whole bunch of partying and having fun, but the business gets handled and things get approached totally differently.
That's a balanced way of looking at it, man. I love it. Enjoy it. That's the other thing too. Like, people have to understand to be someone like you, to be a very successful rapper, and to not expect you to live the way you talk about all the time is so ridiculous.
Right.
Like, you don't think he wants a party? He's talking about partying all the time. I think he wants to party. I think he likes partying. This is just an act.
Yeah,
It's weird, right?
It's crazy as fuck because people, they want you to be you. They want me to be myself.
Right.
They want to party. They want to take shots. They want to smoke weed. They want to stay up all night.
Yeah, why is that bad?
It's not.
So many people want to do it. But it gives this image in some people's minds of like frivolous life, frivolous thinking, partying. What are you doing? Drinking and smoking. What are you, enjoying yourself? You know?
And then they come around and do the same thing because they want it. It's like, I have like a weird place in life where I think I'm like the key to a lot of shit because it's like, if you want to enjoy yourself, I'm the guy. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, I'm just fucking gonna live through Wiz. When Wiz shows up, he's gonna light the joint. It's gonna be amazing. If you want to fucking be professional, like especially in what I do, because there's a whole lot of rappers who like aren't business. You know what I mean? They're not thinking like that. So for those guys, I'm their guy. Like they look at me like Wiz has his shit together. Like he really handles his business. He talks to people, he shows up, he does this, he does that. So to be the party guy and the business guy, it's like amazing. You know what I mean? It's a lane that I kind of carve for myself, but it's me in real life. So it's like, that's the only thing that I have to do is really just completely be myself. Just be 100, fucking show up, do my business thing, tell people to do the right thing, and fucking light the joint. You know what I mean? That's it.
That's a crazy business, sir.
I'm good. I'm straight like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
People listening to this are probably like, wow, you could be yourself for a living.
For sure, bro. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
I had John Witherspoon on yesterday with his son JD.
Okay.
You know Pops Witherspoon.
Yeah, yep.
And that's basically what he is. He's one of the funniest fucking human beings that's ever lived.
Right.
And just keep a camera on him. Just keep a camber on him. That's the whole show.
I don't think I ever met family in real life.
Oh, he's amazing. He's so funny.
He's legit.
My face was hurting. At the end of the day, like the cheekbone muscles, they're like, ah.
Yeah, he probably got some crazy ass stories.
Oh, yeah.
That motherfucker been in the game forever.
Yeah. And that's who he is. He got paid to be who he is. He figured out how to just be who he is all the time.
Yep.
It's insane.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not limited to one or two of us, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different paths.
That's the cold part.
Yeah.
Yep. Hell yeah.
So how many years have you been training martial arts now?
This is my second year.
Wow.
Yeah, only 2 years.
That's amazing.
I gained, what, 35 pounds?
Pull up a video of him hitting pads. That's incredible.
Is it a new video?
I don't know. Tell him what video
it's
to pull up.
Probably going to be old, but it's all good, though. You know how we are.
You can hit hard. You have good technique. You turn your hips and shoulders into things.
Yup. I'm learning.
You do it right. So
Thank you,
very impressive that it's only 2 years in.
Yo, I'm learning. That's the
it's
thing.
Awesome, man. I love it. I love it when people take a chance too and they try something new.
Yeah, that's old, but we'll get there.
So how months had you been in here? Like you say, this is old.
This was probably like a year in.
Yeah, this is a year ago.
Yeah, yep.
Dude, seriously though, good technique for someone who's been doing it a year. The way you're moving, I mean, there's no fat to your movements.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like everything you're doing, it might not be the fastest in the world or the most devastating, but you're doing it perfect.
Thank you.
You're doing exactly how you're supposed to do it, and then you just get better and better from there.
There you go.
But what we were talking about is the change in your physique, man.
Right,
I mean,
right.
you became fucking shredded.
Right, yeah,
It's impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
That's only through hard work. You can't do it any other way.
Yeah, just working and eating. I was
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my freaking doorbell. It's hard to cut that off. Sorry about that, guys.
That's no worries, man. Welcome to the wonderful world of convenience.
There we go. Bam. Yeah, eating like a motherfucker, bro. I had to like force myself to eat.
To gain weight?
To gain weight.
Yeah.
Fucking just moving around so much. I already have a quick metabolism, so then you add working out to that.
Ooh.
So it's like I'm burning so much. So setting alarms to eat.
Really?
Getting a little bit more rest too. You know what I mean?
Setting alarms to eat. Like, how's that work?
Yeah, like
you wake up and then you eat and then you go back to sleep?
Eat, go back to sleep, go train,
God.
eat.
What kind of farts are you
sleep.
brewing?
Well,
eat right before you go to sleep. Oh my Jesus Christ.
I do a lot of like ginger shots and like shit that to help like with my diet. Yeah, turmeric, all of that shit too. Cause like you said, that shit can fuck your stomach up.
Who told you to get up in the middle of the night and eat though?
My trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I would say that your sleep cycle is more important than anything.
Well, it's not like breaking my sleep. It's like more like eat.
Oh, you mean like you set an alarm while you're awake?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I see what you're saying. I've never heard anybody telling someone to wake up in the middle of the night and eat.
Nah.
No, I did hear that. That's why it was weird. I heard that from, there was that movie with Clint Eastwood where he played a boxing trainer and his daughter, that famous actress, played a boxer.
Okay.
Remember that? $1 Billion Baby or something? $1 Million Baby? Yeah. When that actress, what is her name?
Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank.
Good job.
Thank you. Look at Jamie's on the ball.
Good job, man.
When she was training for that, I think that's what I read, that they had alarm set where she would wake up in the middle of the night and have a protein shake.
Oh, really?
And then go back to sleep again.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
No breaking the sleep. Just regular eating habits, just reminding myself. You know what I mean? Because I was eating like twice a day on some rock star shit. Can't live like that, bro. That shit is whack.
Do you have a nutritionist or someone who like handles your meals?
Meal preps.
Yeah, you got that?
Because I don't cook.
Right.
So it's like they just deliver my meals.
That's nice.
Yeah, yep. It's really nice, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm single, so it's like I don't really got nobody in the house like cooking or making all that shit happen for me. So it just comes to the door.
So you can make sure everything's healthy, exactly what you want.
It's
they set it up for you.
It's fresh every couple of days.
That's a good thing to not have to think about.
Yeah, yep. The food is like a big part of it. And working out is one thing. People just want to get big. Like you said, like we were talking about, it's like mind, body, and soul, right? So the food is for the soul.
keep that fucking meat alive.
Yeah, yep.
Keep the body moving.
Yep.
Are you? Do you ever do yoga or anything like that?
I would.
You would?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I need a yoga instructor.
Yeah.
Who's the best yogaist?
I don't know, man.
You do yoga?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, yep. How long do you, oh yeah, I seen you do like some hot yoga and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
That shit's intense, right?
It's kind of intense, yeah. But it's great for you, man. It just stretches you out, loosens you up.
That's what I need to do. I need to stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like regular, normal stretching, but some yoga would be all right.
Yeah, it's good too because of the heat in the room, everything gets real loose.
Yeah.
You can really kind of dig into like certain things, to test your flexibility, to stretch things out a little bit more.
Got you.
Just keeps you pliable.
Got you.
You know, when you're doing a lot of hard things like Muay Thai or weightlifting, everything's hard. Like there's not enough stretching things out and maintaining your range of motion.
Yeah.
Especially as you get older.
How often you do it?
I try to do it at least once a week, but I often fail. But 2 times a week on a good week.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not, but I mix it in. I can't do one thing every day. I get bored. So in order to stay active, I just have to do a bunch of different things.
That makes sense.
So whether it's martial arts or running or lifting or whatever it is.
I feel like through time you like added those things in, right?
Yeah.
It was just like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, the hill running is the most recent thing.
Okay, cool. So what's hill running?
I take my dog running through these steep ass fucking hills, and then sprinting up these. It's the most ruthless workout.
Right.
And, if you ever run hills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's the worst? Is sand dunes.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Sand dunes are the worst.
That probably sucks.
It sucks. You never get up there. You keep pushing and you're pushing sand and pushing sand. There's no hard. You don't ever bounce off anything.
Right.
You're just pushing through soft shit. It's
and you're trying to find like balance and That's some real martial arts shit though.
Yeah, for sure. That's some mental shit too.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're learning about yourself when you're running up a fucking sand dune.
You're mastering a fucking moving thing. Things melting the whole time you're trying to. Wow. Okay.
And you're forcing your body to do what your mind wants it to.
That's
you're like,
crazy.
listen, bitch, I know you don't want to do this.
Yeah.
You're going to do this.
That's like, I heard the Diaz brothers do some crazy shit like swimming.
Oh, yeah, they do triathlons.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Nick Diaz, I think it's now 5 times that he swam back from Alcatraz.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Alcatraz,
bro,
man. Sharks. Sharks.
That.
That's what I'm with you. Fuck that. That's so crazy. Those guys are so crazy.
That's like you in the sand dunes though.
Well, I don't do sand dunes.
Oh, okay.
If I had one near me, I would do it. But I run hills, which is definitely easier than sand dunes. But it's still hard as fuck. Good steep ass hill. It's the best for training.
Is it grass?
Yeah, dirt, rocks.
Just anything.
Yeah, just trails.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get there someday. You see me.
Come on, man.
See me blazing up some hills.
Me? I'll take you out one day. We'll go running together.
I like to hike.
It's a great workout, man. And the thing about it is it amps everything else out.
Yeah.
So like it makes your kicking stronger. It gives you more wind. It just accentuates your ability to explode because you're running hills.
Right.
So you're always going up. It's like you're doing these crazy plyometrics and you just develop this
forward
way stronger power in your legs and your lower trunk. You just boom. You got more kicking power.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like I would fuck with it.
Dude, you'd love it.
Because I like to just tune shit out and just go.
Yeah.
So like the pain from running up the hill I would be like, yes. Yeah. I'm not even going to think about this. I'm going to think about something else.
Yeah, well, and you get a goal, right? You set a goal, like a mile. Put yourself at 1 mile, and then turn around and go back for the other mile.
Woo.
Yeah, and if you can do that on good steep ass hills, when you're done, you feel like you fought a battle with your brain.
Woo.
It's like you didn't want to do that, but you did it,
dog. All right.
That's nothing compared to what some people do.
Yeah, but no, that sounds like something that we could unlock later on in my life.
I think for everybody, doing something that's super strenuous all the time is important.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
That's part of the reason why I fuck with training, so much, because it's not easy and it breaks you.
Yeah.
But you reach points where it's like, okay, now I'm just cruising, so I need another challenge. Like, you're just sharpening the shit after a certain point. So it's like, all right, now I'm going to go run some sand dunes.
Yeah.
Like, swim from Alcatraz.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it.
There's dunes somewhere down near like Orange County that are pretty famous.
I was looking up,
dudes
it's in
run on.
Manhattan Beach,
Is that
Sand
what
Dune Park. Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's a park.
yeah. There's a video of Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook training there. I was about to pull up.
Yeah,
Let me
pull
see
that
that.
shit up. I want to see
wanna
somebody
see that.
run on those dunes.
Oh,
Yeah,
Westbrook be doing it?
Yep.
All right, cut.
I know a lot of fighters do it.
There you go.
In Australia, I believe Robert Whittaker does it. Yeah,
They're going
see,
up and down backwards.
when you're doing shit like this
Phew.
on sand, that is phenomenal
Oh,
for
man,
your
look at
body.
that
That's
shit.
so hard to do, man.
They're dying.
Dying. That's so hard to do. And I wonder if they're running with just socks on. It looks like they
Whoa.
are. Yeah.
That's amazing.
they're
Oh,
just
yeah,
wearing
That's
socks.
difficult.
Fuck, man, because that makes your feet strong. Because you've using every muscle in your toes to push through that sand.
That's difficult.
Fuck. There's levels to this life.
Yeah.
With
That's
everything.
literally who's going to go to the top or who's going to stop in the middle.
Yep. Yeah.
Fuck.
Those little decisions you make every day.
I just seen my whole life just running up some dunes just then. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. That's awesome.
It's like a mental martial art too.
Yeah. Wow.
You're testing the mind.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And like getting stronger at the same time.
Yeah.
That's the cool part.
Yeah.
So it's like you could be up here the whole time and you're building all of this and becoming more explosive and more dangerous.
Yeah.
And lighter on your feet and just whew.
When you started training and seeing these awesome benefits, were you like, God damn it, why wasn't I doing this all the time?
I'm actually happy that I waited for a little bit because I enjoy it. It's not like old to me, you know
Right.
what I mean? It's not something that I'm tired of or like
Right.
that's a chore. I'm still figuring out new shit like all the time and getting better. You know what I mean? And like for me, I feel like the physical was probably like the first thing to come to me. As a reward, as benefit, like I see the physical shit, but now it's like the feeling that I get, you know what I mean, or like we said, like posture and balance and technique improving and shit like that. So it's like learning that and feeling that and having that being a part of the process. I'm happy that now is happening as opposed to it being like old and played out to me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think you'd love it either way.
Yeah.
I still love it. I still love training. I've been
How
doing
long
it
you been-
forever.
Forever.
Yeah. I'm 51.
Uh-huh.
I started training when I was really seriously when I was 15.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. So what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah. That's
In the studio.
how I was feeling.
I was rapping.
Were you
Yeah.
rapping when you were 15? Wow. When did you first get into studio? That's one thing I really admire about a lot of rappers. Guys are always working.
Yeah.
Rappers are always in the studio.
Hopefully.
That's like a big thing, though.
Yeah.
It's like there's a discipline aspect to it that
Yeah.
I don't think that gets appreciated.
Yeah.
You have to be. You're always in the lab.
Yeah.
You're always working.
Constantly. It's
Yeah.
like training. You gotta work at it.
It's competitive.
It's
Yeah.
competitive. You gotta be in the studio. You gotta work with producers. You gotta be fucking knowing who's next and who's you know what I'm saying? Like working with them and shit like that. So like at the end of the day, yeah, it's a craft. Shit. I've been in the studio since I was like 14, 15, and there was times where my dad used to have to tell me like, yo, get out of the studio. Like, go play with your friends. Be a kid. Be normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was times that shit happened. And even now, like, I don't really do normal shit. You know what I mean? I might, like, go to the movies or, like, go to Dave and Buster's or something like that. But, like, I don't do shit. Like, I just go to the studio. I'd much rather just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Create.
Well, that's amazing that you figured it out so young. Like,
Yeah.
how old were you when you knew you wanted to be a rapper?
I think I was in third grade. So, real shit. I think I was in third grade.
That's amazing.
I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle and I wanted to be a rapper. And I think a rapper was like a little bit more realistic. I'm working on being a Ninja Turtle now.
That's amazing. Third grade.
Yeah, third grade.
How old are you in third grade again? You're 9?
You 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I started writing my first raps and shit.
Dude, that is hilarious.
Yeah, I was like watching music videos and I remember seeing like Puffy and Biggie and Bone Thugs and Harmonies, like one of my favorite groups.
Wow.
So I was like, yo, if I could do that, I'll be all right. And then by the time I was like 13, that's when the internet was really popular. So you could download like instrumentals and shit like that. So you didn't have to like have beats or anything. Then they started introducing, you know, at home equipment. They had like the little Tascam 4-track little bullshit thing that you could, you know what I mean? So I started fucking around on that, like doing my own little home studio. Then Fruity Loops came out, started making beats. Cool Edit Pro was like the program back then before Pro Tools. And yeah, that's how I got my start. Like just in the fucking in the crib, just putting it together. Then I turned then by the time I was like 16, I got like an internship at a studio in Pittsburgh where I was literally like answering the phones and running errands and going to pick up like office supplies and shit like that. And in return, they would pay me with studio time. So like I would just record like off, you know what I mean, off the clock. You know what I mean? I had like 4 or 5 songs, and that turned into a record deal.
Wow.
Yep. Got my first deal at 16.
That's an amazing story.
It's wild.
That's a movie story. That's crazy that you always knew.
Yeah, yep. It was something that I worked at for sure, because it was like being in Pittsburgh. You ever been to Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty crazy out there, right?
Crazy how?
Like, it's just a really wild city, like the Midwest. So it's like there's either a couple things you can do, and there's not a lot. And working a job is like the last thing that anybody wants to do in Pittsburgh. So all my cousins and everybody that I know do different shit than what I was willing to do. I was like, yo, I'm not trying to be that guy, like that. So I was like, how am I gonna make a way for myself? You know what I mean? How the fuck am I gonna still be fresh, still, you know what I mean, enjoy myself, have a good time, but be safe and like have fun. It was music, so.
It's amazing that you nailed it.
Yeah, yep.
And nailed it young.
Yep.
That's a beautiful thing to know what you want to do.
Yeah.
And just be working towards it.
Hell yeah.
For many people, that's the real problem. The real problem is like finding a thing.
Yeah.
You know, finding a thing that they really love so much they can put all their energy into.
Yeah. I mean, I'm blessed to grow up in a time, too, where technology was like taking over and shit. And I think like if you're my age and you like make music or got a camera or, you know what I mean? Anything around that, you good. Like, and now I think it's like if you have anything to do with weed, like, you know what I'm saying? If you know how to grow it, if you could sell it, if you could brand it, if you could come up with light technology or whatever it is, like that's going to be the future for this generation. It's like pot.
There's going to be a lot of that for sure. It's going to open up to everybody. I think once they realize how much money there really is in pot and how safe it is in comparison to liquor and all these other established things that we've all, no one has a problem with alcohol companies.
Right.
You know?
Hell no.
Nobody has a problem with them.
Nobody has a problem with you drinking at 12 in the fucking afternoon. Like, I get on planes all the time. People be like, yo, let me get a It's like, people getting fucked up, yo.
On a plane. Yeah, it's totally fine. We just have to shift attitudes.
Yeah.
People just have the wrong attitude about it. They think it's something negative. It's something that could be negative to some people. But that's like everything else. That's like food, sex, gambling, everything.
Shopping.
Everything. Yeah,
Everything,
shopping for sure. People go crazy. People lose their mind shopping.
Yeah.
They can't buy enough things.
Yeah. They're buying crazy shit. Just cuz.
Just cuz. Yeah, that's as much of an addiction as anything.
Yeah.
But pot can definitely, for some people, derail them. I don't think it's for everybody.
Nah, it's a medicine, so you gotta have the right dosage.
That's a good way of looking at it. I think some people react to it weird too.
Yeah. I mean, certain people's experiences aren't everybody else's experiences.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you got fucked up on weed, that's you. So it's like, don't put that off on everybody else. And I think like anything, it takes time to, you know what I mean? Like, I can't take Percocet because it's like that shit'll fuck me up because I don't do painkillers. But I think over a certain amount of time, if I had an injury, my body would start to react differently to a certain amount of Percocet. But like off rip, it's gonna fuck me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna do all types of shit. But you know, after a while, you know what I mean? There's people who just pop that shit and just walk around like, you know what I mean? Normally, that's same way with me smoking a joint. It's like there's some people who could hit this and be in that corner for the rest of the day. Me, I'm gonna go do everything that I have to do. So it's a medicine, it's a dosage, and you have to train your body for it.
I think that's true, but I also think some people might not react to it correctly in terms of like biologically.
Yeah.
I think they might have an allergy, like it might be like broccoli or something. I mean, there's people out there that are allergic to weird shit.
Right.
There's some people I think that just
I've heard of that.
That experience is just not good for
They're
them.
like they're allergic to it. I mean, you know,
I'm just guessing. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense though,
I think
it?
it's opinion, like if you believe it or not. You know what I mean? Like if you want to believe that, I feel like you're entitled to believe that. And if you don't want to believe that, then it's like, okay, cool, you're that guy too.
Okay.
I don't know
I
either.
agree with what you said.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either, bro. Because it's like I'm on the fence because it's like, you know, on one hand, people. I mean, I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. It's medicine.
It's fucking medicine. Yeah, and I like it. And there's a lot of people that like it. It's not what everybody thinks it is. People have this wrong idea of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of the things I found out real early on is how many jiu-jitsu guys smoke weed and do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you seen the high rollers thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
High Rollers has these awesome events where they smoke weed and then they fight in a jiu-jitsu match.
Yep. My partners are a big part of that, Lonnie and Breeze, and they're the ones who actually got me like kind of, you know, into fitness. So to see them like, and I'm the one who got him into weed, so it's like to see it like cross over. I never would have known, like, you know what I'm saying? How many jiu-jitsu dudes like smoke weed and like are about it, like
it helps that shit. It helps you jiu-jitsu. It really does in some
like,
weird way.
It helps like slow it down for you, right?
I don't even know if it slow it down. It's like it tunes out the rest of the world.
Oh, okay.
It's like you become freer.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Like more creative.
It's definitely it's better for rolling than it is for drilling.
Gotcha.
Because like when someone's trying to teach you something, sometimes your brain's just not taking it in right. Yeah, you're just high. Your brain's not taking it in. But if you were sparring, it would be good.
Got you.
You flow better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
that
weird.
makes sense. That makes sense. I haven't done jiu-jitsu yet. I'm gonna get there eventually.
You would love it. You got long limbs, man. You'd be perfect for choking people.
Yep.
Arm bars, triangles, and shit.
I'm gonna get there.
You could do it.
Yep.
You're totally built for it.
I feel like I'm gonna just fuck with stand up for like a couple years and then just gradually do other things. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll just probably do jiu-jitsu for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. You should.
Just learn some shit.
Yeah, it'd be great for you, man.
Hell yeah.
And you're like I said, you're built for it. That's the perfect frame for fighters is long. It seems to be as long as you're strong. It's like the John Jones frame. That's the perfect frame.
Right.
You can't get close enough to him. He can hit you when he wants to, and then when he grabs a hold of you, he's strong enough and he's better at wrestling. He's going to throw you around. Like if you could, like that's the perfect combination is long and strong.
Hell yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
sweet.
Dudes like Serafian, they buck that trend, right? Because they're just tanks. But the best, it seems to me like just mechanically, the best frame is the long frame. So you have like the best frame for fighting.
Fuck yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm in there.
It doesn't guarantee success, but it's a fucking awesome base.
There we go. I'm working with something.
Yeah, because like short dudes like me can't put big guys in triangles. So I don't have enough leg room. There's not enough, like mechanically.
I'm sure you could figure it out.
Not really. No, you got to give up on that one. But long guys can get triangles from all kinds of places. Okay, you'd love it. Super. Yeah. It's a thinking man's game too. You know, it's like you're playing a game. Yeah. You know, the thing that I like about it too is that you can go full blast. Okay. Whereas like if you're sparring, you don't really want to go full blast or hurt each other. Right. You want to be tempered and measured and just kind of touch each other. But when you do sparring in jiu-jitsu, because you're not striking each other, you're just wrestling and grappling, you could go full blast. Okay. It's amazing.
I'm with it, bro. Yeah. I'm super with it. Like the little bit that I've done, I was like, all right, cool. I could see. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. 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 I'm down.
Definitely.
Got to go there.
I just love the fact that you're interested in doing different things.
Yeah, for sure. You know? I'm a learner.
Do you read books? Do you watch documentaries?
I watch documentaries.
Yeah.
I have read some books that I gravitate towards.
What kind of documentaries you gravitate towards?
Like music.
Really?
Always about music. Let me see what else. Yeah, it's always about music, like musicians.
Did you see Searching for Sugar Man?
What was that one?
That was about this dude who was a guy who was making music. I want to say it was in the 70s. And he had a little bit of buzz on his album. And then it died off for him. And he went back to work as a construction worker. Mm-hmm. But his music became insanely huge in South Africa. He was a superstar. Mm-hmm. And there was all these legends about him. That he was dead. That he, just crazy stories about who he was. Meanwhile, this guy was working as a construction worker.
Damn.
So in South Africa, he's a fucking mega superstar, sells out arenas. And spoiler alert, it's a great documentary. You should see it. But he eventually goes to South Africa and does this concert there. And you'll cry.
Yeah.
You'll cry.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God. Can you imagine this guy was working as a laborer? And the whole time, he was a superstar, and he didn't even know it.
Damn.
And then the people see him, they're singing along to his music. I mean, the guy's blown away.
I would love that.
It's a crazy documentary.
I gotta check that out.
It's insane to watch. Like, how could this be true?
Yeah. Damn.
It's amazing.
I kind of feel like I heard the name, but I never seen that.
I
gotta check that out, bro.
Yeah, it made me cry.
I gotta check that out.
At the end of it, you'd be like, wow.
Oh, hell yeah.
Imagine this guy's experience.
Yeah, right? Damn.
It's almost like being released from jail or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
exactly. Damn.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Holy fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it's amazing. And seeing how comfortable he gets on stage, too.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Damn.
Yeah. His music is good, too, man. Very, very interesting.
Is he still alive?
I believe he is alive.
That's fire.
He's alive, right? Yeah.
So he's able to see the proceeds from his movie and his music.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But someone said I think he gave away all his money.
Really?
I read something, but that might be more of those rumors and legends about
legend,
the guy.
Another myth. Damn, Sugarman.
It's attached to so many legends. Find out if that dude gave his money away. Because I felt like I read that.
Come
I was
on,
like,
bro.
But life to him is so surreal anyway.
Truth.
Maybe he felt like he couldn't be a real bona fide artist unless he gave away his money or something crazy like that. Because the guy was living in this.
That's why I don't want to do
apartment.
ayahuasca or anything like that. I feel like that's what's going to happen to me.
You want to give away your money?
Yeah. Fuck this shit. Like, whoa, no.
That's hilarious. Yeah, it's too tricky.
Yeah.
You could get so charity driven that you just give away everything. And then you're working for charities.
Just walking the earth barefoot.
Yeah.
He's on tour last year, touring theaters all over the country.
Good shit, Sugarman.
Yeah.
He's back. He's back.
Right. Yeah.
He's smacking.
So
okay, I'm
there was
watching that
a fake
documentary
rumor
for sure.
that he gave away all his money?
Yeah, Dave Matthews covered one of his songs. They went on tour, helped blow him up.
Oh, hell yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he was doing good.
So he didn't give away nothing.
Beautiful.
He might have, but I don't see anything.
Maybe he got it back.
Yeah.
The documentary is really amazing. It's one of the best music documentaries I've ever seen.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good one. Tell me a good one.
My documentary.
Oh.
Yeah, it's called Behind the Cam.
Yeah?
It's on Apple Music.
Oh, I'll get it.
Hey, I just did that. I just did that.
Beautiful.
Man. Nah. I like to watch I watched this Pink Floyd documentary about how they put together their albums, shit like that. There's another one about background singers who never became super popular, but they're part of songs that you hear and that you love, and it's just telling the story how writers and you know what I mean, being in the studio and what it's like to live that life. It's really cool because I listen to harmonies a lot. I don't know if when you hear music, I hear all the textures of it, so it's I get interested in what goes on sometimes in the background, and that was a cool story. Fucking, what was the last one that I actually watched? I'm watching this show actually. You ever heard Chernobyl?
I've heard. I heard the show's amazing.
That shit's kind of cool.
Yeah, I heard it's great.
Man, it's pretty awesome. But that's not music though.
What is that on? Is that Netflix?
It's on
HBO?
Yeah.
HBO coming back. Game of Thrones didn't kill him.
Chernobyl is it.
Really?
Yeah.
That good, huh?
That show's lit.
That's all you need. All you need is a big show. And HBO's back. Chernobyl. What is it about the accident?
Yeah.
How many episodes is it?
I'm not sure. They're like streaming them now, so it's like
it streams.
Yeah, yep.
Oh.
It's on like the 4th or 5th episode, I think.
Yeah, all those networks that don't stream everything.
Yeah.
Like it must suck.
Yeah.
To have like a show that has to be on Thursday night at 8.
Losing out.
Just today's so weird.
Yeah.
People want to watch things whenever they want to, like right now.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
a 5-part miniseries. The last episode is coming up this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
How do you think the movie theaters will always be here?
Shit. Nah, I think eventually they're gonna be gone. What do you think?
I don't know. I like that they're real. You know, that there's a place you go.
They've already kind of came and gone twice. If you look around old Hollywood, there's old theaters that aren't theaters anymore, but there's new theaters that have taken over them. But those buildings are still there for whatever reason. You know, they're still using them. Or
Well, people still like going to the movies.
Yeah.
It's like it's a night out thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I just feel like it costs so much to like keep screens and actually put movies in there, and then you got the popcorn, and it's like.
But it's one of the few things that we do with strangers is like be a part of an audience. It's like the few things we randomly do with giant groups of strangers.
But I feel like technology is like removing that because people don't like that.
I think people are uncomfortable with it because most of the time we spend on devices.
Yeah, for sure.
Communicating through devices.
And especially with like virtual reality becoming more popular, like, you know, like people love access. So it's like if you're making them feel like they're there, like why would you want random dude walking across your lap when you can just be in the movie? Like,
yeah.
I feel like they would just spend that money on, you know, keeping you at home, like where you want to be. This is just my opinion. I don't know.
No, I think you're right, and I agree with you 100%. But I also think as a community of human beings, it's nice to have things that we all do together.
Yeah.
It fosters like a kind of getting along better and friendship with
I love that.
people that you don't know. I think that's what's good about sports.
I like concerts because of that.
Concerts, yeah. When you go to grow with a whole group of people, you go to see something, like it's nice. You're connected to all those people. It feels good.
Baseball games. Because I've had fun at games and not gave a fuck about like what was going on, but it's the community, like what's going on for sure, 100%.
That's what I mean. I mean, and everybody's kind of drinking, having fun. That is an important part of cities and of communities. That's one thing that I think that like a movie theater does provide.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
Concert, for sure.
And I'm not even mad that people don't really go to the movies like that now, because it's like when you actually do want to go, you can go. And it's not full, and it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it'll be people there, but it's not overwhelming to the point where you have like, it fucks up your movie experience. So it's like, it's kind of, you know, it's doable. It's enjoyable.
It's handleable.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. I like where the movies is at right now.
I am worried that people are eventually going to all be living in some sort of a VR world.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's designed to move that way.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you give people something and they're going to use it.
And they're going to get better.
Yeah.
They're gonna make a new one.
The
new one's going to have extra features.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, like, you know, I get it. Like, fuck.
Have you fucked with any of that VR stuff?
Yeah, VR is awesome.
Do you ever do that? There's a thing outside of Disneyland where you there's a VR game that you go through. You go through like this little, like they have a giant room, right? And the room's set up for what was it called? The Void? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Holy shit.
The Void VR. And there's a Star Wars one and there's a Wreck-It Ralph one.
Okay.
And they're hilarious. I mean, you're walking around, you feel heat from fire. You pick up a plastic gun, you're shooting at stormtroopers. And
Shit's crazy.
It's crazy. And while you're doing it, you're like, this is just step one.
Exactly.
This is going to be insane in 20 years.
They're just giving us pieces, like bits and pieces. Like, they already have more.
You think that?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
100%.
I don't think that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because I think that what they're showing you right now is state of the art. They're selling it. It's the best, and it's in competition. And it's getting better and better all the time. But
that's a good way to look at it, because they put it at my fault. I mean,
no worries, man. Yeah, I just think these people are very competitive.
Yeah,
the money is in getting the best shit out the quickest.
Okay,
and they're all competing with each other.
So they're putting out like the bootleg version and letting somebody smarter test it, work it, and make the better version, and they'll come back and do that later.
Well, that definitely happens too. I mean, that's what China does better than anybody.
Yeah,
they take some shit and just redo it.
I'd be feeling like, this is just my theory, is like VR, right? It might be so fucking dangerous that they don't know like how it'll
let it out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like they give us like little bits and pieces of it to like let us, you know, they spoon feed it to us so they don't kill us. And the world just go crazy. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, because they probably tested it on somebody and they died like before. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they was like, oh shit, we went too far. It's like, hold on, let's like pull it back a little bit and just give them this, like you said, give them this version of it. You know what I mean? But I feel like there's more.
Well, I think when you really don't know what the fuck is going on, that's with military stuff. I think military stuff like weapons and, you know, spaceships and aircrafts that they're developing. We don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're doing some shit that we have no idea.
Right.
But I think with things like consumer electronics, like technology, I think what you see is what you get. I think this is as good as they can do anything now. They're working on the newest, best shit.
Right.
You know, and that's coming around. They're always constantly in development. But they're all competing against each other. There's no way they would hold anything back.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Damn. I feel like there's a phone that charges in 2 seconds. It's like, okay, if
No way, you'd have it out.
If you're in a war,
right,
and your cellular device goes down, it's like you can't plug it in and charge it. It has to like happen quick, right?
Right.
So like they have that, in my opinion. They just don't give it to us.
But all that stuff, I can see your argument because you're in a war. They might have better batteries like that the military develops or some new kind of battery. That's possible. But there's so much money in batteries. Like there's so much money. If they had a better way of doing it, like if Samsung came out with a phone that charged 100% in 30 seconds, and Apple would have to figure out how to compete with that. Right. They would have that out. Right. They wouldn't hold on to that. I think no one would hold on to that because that would just dominate the market.
Powerful, right?
It would dominate the market.
Yeah, it's too powerful.
But that happens. That's what always happens. Yeah. That's how Blockbuster's out of business.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's why there's no more Tower Records. All that shit happened in our lifetime.
Yeah, for sure. Like 100%. Music isn't even physical.
Right.
Like, and I make music and it's not real.
Right, it's a sound.
Yeah, it's a sound. And fuck, you know? I don't know.
That is a crazy way to look at music. What is this? The R17 Pro, which is the company's latest, is the fastest charging smartphone in the world. It advertises that 35 minutes is all it takes to entirely fill up a dead battery.
That was 7 months ago, so
so it's probably faster
they
now.
got something like that for sure.
35 minutes. So what do you think they can do like for a full battery?
I would say that there's probably 100 cell phones out there that can charge in 5 minutes. There's not a million because they can't source that much.
Wait a minute, charge more than this can? Like
like I would say like there's a military phone that they might have 100 of them passed around the military, but it's not mass produced.
And it can charge up in 5 minutes?
Sure. For sure. If this can do 35 minutes,
you two should get
7 times faster. It's easy.
You guys are all conspiratorial on electronics.
That's not that big.
It's just, I mean, to me, that's normal.
That's a big leap.
To me, that shit is normal. This is energy that we're talking about, right?
Right.
Bro, like, cars still move off of gas. Like, that's shit is like the Stone Age, bro. Like, shit's going electric. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's on some spaceship shit. So I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, they have this shit. They just can't give it to you because they're killing people testing it. It's like it's like food, you know what I mean? Like they have to approve this shit before it comes out, but they have a car that goes, it just crashed into the wall, you know what I mean? And somebody died in it, and they're like, whoa, we can't put this on the streets yet. It's like all of that shit, energy,
really?
Like.
Well, you think they have a car that's so fast they can't put it on the street?
They have. I just feel like transportation in general, you know what I mean? Yeah. Communication, transportation, technology, the way we hear music, the way that we view things and shit like that. Our whole experience, technology, whatever the fucking word is, we're being spoon-fed. FaceTime, you know what I'm saying? It was like you used to have the service to FaceTime. Right. Now everybody can FaceTime. You know what I mean? It's like people don't even call each other no more. They just FaceTime. So we feel like, oh man, we came up. This was blah blah blah. Like we feel good about that. We feel excellent about it. But there's more. I feel like that's just me. I just feel like they're just sitting on it. You know what I mean? They're waiting to give it to us.
I don't think companies have any reason to do that.
Yeah.
The only reason to do that would be to get rid of the stock of the stuff that they're already selling. That'd be the only reason. Because sometimes when companies announce a new product's coming, people stop buying the old product. Like Corvette is having a problem with that right now.
Okay.
Because the Corvette, excuse me, they got this car, the ZR1. You seen that thing?
Yep.
It's a demon. It's ridiculous that you could go to a store and buy a car that has that much horsepower. But a lot of people don't want to buy them because then there's a new Corvette coming out in like a year.
Right. That's
a mid-engine, total new design. They don't want to be stuck with the old one.
Got you.
People get weird.
Yeah, that's true.
So in that sense, they might be holding out on what they're about to be able to do. But like we saw with that foldable phone that Samsung tried to come out with, and then they had to take it back because it was so defective. So many of them were breaking. It was a giant embarrassment, and they pulled the whole thing. Right. And now they're trying to rework it and figure out what to do with it. That's like, if a company has something like that happen, and that's the #2 smartphone company in the world. Oh, they're #1, right? Samsung's #1. Huawei's #2, Apple's #3. That's the #1 cell phone manufacturer in the world, and they got that kind of a fuck up. There's no way. They're not holding back anything. I don't think so. I think they're trying to sell the best shit they have right now, and then they're in development with the next level shit right now. But as far as like what they can bring to market, what they have is what they bring to market. I think like those on-screen fingerprint sensors, they didn't used to be able to do that. Now they can. You just touch the glass and it reads it. All that shit is like, they're just trying to get it dialed in to the point where they could sell it to enough people and it doesn't break. Like that stupid folding. Did you see that folding screen?
Yeah, it's like a fucking, you could, like it was a regular phone, but it folded though. Yeah. And
then it would fold open to like an iPad.
To an iPad, yeah, that shit's stupid.
But that thing kept breaking.
Okay.
And, you know, when it came out, everybody's like, holy shit, this is the future. The glass bends.
I think there's like you said, there's like the people who just freak out about whatever's new, right?
Right.
And then there's like shit that really moves the, you know what I'm saying? Like really changes shit, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And there's a huge difference between those. Like you got the people who just want the new shit, and then you got motherfuckers who's actually like doing shit that changes things forever. Like streaming changed music forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like mini discs and all of that other stupid shit that people were trying to do to change music. It didn't work. You know what I mean? And it didn't exist. So it's like the one thing that stands out and changes things forever. That's what motherfuckers remember. I don't know if they're holding it or not. It is what it is, but like there's some smart motherfuckers who designed this shit for us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And at the end of the day, like you got people who just consume it and they're just like, oh man, I'm here for whatever, like, you know what I mean? And then I feel like there's a lot of people who understand it and know how to play off of, you know what I mean, those people's emotions. And then that's where you get like, you know what I mean? What we have now. And me personally, I love everything. Like I'm not a person who like is stuck with the old shit or has to have all of the new shit either. Like I'm just like obsessed with life in general. Like all of this shit fucks me up, but it's crazy. It's insane.
We live in insane times.
We live in insane times.
What's cool about today too is that we can go and still like appreciate and use some of the shit from the past, like a record player. Yeah. You know, use a record, listen to some old records. Right. You know, and realize like, wow, this is how people used to get their music. They used to sit in front of the record player with headphones on. I remember being a kid doing that. Right. People would listen to albums. They open up the album, looking at the art. That was a big part of an album. Right. What was the photo layout? What was the pictures?
It's crazy how everybody thinks like the new shit ruins the older shit too. Like, it's like people still enjoy everything, man. Like, you know, it's just stages of it.
I love that old shit exists.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Go back and listen to some of that old stuff.
People don't watch tapes anymore though. Like you can't get like a VHS. Like that's not the move.
Yeah, I think those are dead and gone. VHS. Tape. Remember when someone would give you a copy of a copy, and it was all like every now and then it had little lines through it and shit. You get like second, third generation copies from friends.
Yeah. VHSs are done, bro.
You remember? I don't know if you remember this, but you used to be able to buy movies right after they came out, especially in New York, because dudes would sit in the back of the movie theater.
Oh, like the little bootleg joints.
Yes,
Yeah.
You could watch the movie from like it was
like a video camera.
Yeah.
It'd be like in their video and the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy time. Yeah, they weren't hiding shit back then. They were using all of their technology.
Yep. That's everything they had.
That was everything they fucking had.
The crazy thing is that's not that long ago. In terms of the human race, that's not that long ago.
That's the 90s.
That's so recent.
So this is what, 2019, so that's 20 years. So you can go back 23, 24 years maybe.
Imagine if you could see what the fuck 24 years from now is.
It's crazy. I related to like when I was younger in the 90s, because I was like a baby in the 90s. I wasn't even a teenager. So 20 years from then was the 70s.
Yeah.
And shit was totally like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like now from 20 years for that to be the same time frame, like that shit is crazy to me.
You really want to know how crazy it is, man? Get yourself into like a 1970 Plymouth and drive that thing and realize that in 1970, that's how people drove. They drive this thing that like it barely knows where you're telling it to go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You could do this with the steering wheel.
They didn't even have
on the
power
street.
steering in the 60s and shit, bro. Like,
yeah, you're
you
right.
had to turn that thing like
A
this.
lot of them didn't. Yeah, a lot of them didn't. But those cars were terrible. And that was just a few years ago. I mean, in terms of like human history.
Right.
If you looked at a block of time in history, like if you looked at the difference between 1820 and 1840, in our head, it's like, that's the same shit. 1820, 1840, what the fuck was different? There was nothing different.
Yep.
But if you look at our generation, 40 years ago to now, it's insane.
It's true.
It's insane. It doesn't even make sense.
It's nuts.
Yeah, we're barely the same thing.
Bruh. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Have you driven a Tesla?
No, I haven't. Pretty good?
The preposterous. It's a preposterous car.
What's the deal with them?
It's so fast, it doesn't make sense.
Really?
Every other car you drive afterwards will feel stupid. You could drive mine.
You got a Tesla?
Yeah. Yeah, you could drive it.
They're that legit?
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever driven in my life.
Fuck.
It doesn't make any noise.
It makes zero noise. This makes noise. Stop. Stop. Stop turning my doorbell. What the fuck is that?
It's a fucking rap music video, Entourage style.
This is a
girls in their underwear,
at my house.
dancing, bottle of champagne.
There's a girl at my house.
Someone should just follow you with the camera just to see who rings your doorbell.
Bruh. I do not know who that girl was.
Welcome to the party. What were we just talking about?
Teslas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a spaceship. It's next level. If you think that they're holding back anything in the automotive world, drive that thing. And you're
that's the thing. I feel like all cars are gonna look alike, and they're gonna look like Teslas. So you're gonna have the super fast one for like the elite motherfuckers, but then they're gonna have like regular ones, and then we're all gonna have the same car. We're all gonna have the same phone. We're all gonna have the same watch, and we'll all, because it controls everything. Like they control your house, so it's like everything is integrated. The TV, the Xbox. It's like you all want it in one. So the only way to do that is for everything to be the same. So like if the Tesla is that ill, I never driven one, but if it's that ill, I don't see why people wouldn't be into it. Like
just the pain in the ass is it takes a long time to charge.
Okay.
I mean, even if you have a Tesla supercharger thing, like I have one, a wall mounted charger it's like more amperage.
That's tight.
It's nice, but it still takes a few hours to charge if it's almost dead.
Okay.
Whereas you can get gas in like 5 minutes.
Exactly. Don't they have like portable chargers?
No.
They ain't do that yet?
No. You need insane amount of power to power that thing.
But how long?
It's got giant batteries in it. It just takes hours and hours to fill up.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Well, because it goes 317 miles.
Did you see this race they did with the tunnel?
What is it?
It's two Teslas at the same spot. Like I guess it's in Hawthorne where they have it. The one on the right is using the tunnel that they have completed, and the one on the left is going above ground.
Now, is this tunnel like auto drive?
Yeah, it's got.
Fuck
I think
that.
it's got those tracks on the side so that it can stay in place.
Look how fast that's
Goes up
going.
to 127 miles an hour.
I'm so not comfortable with that.
And then it slows right down.
The way that it moves is different. Like,
That's how robots are going to kill us.
That's crazy.
It's so fast. You can't believe how fast it is.
That's insane.
That guy's not moving at the top, and the guy's moving very fast.
It takes him 4.5 minutes to go the same time it takes this guy a minute and a half.
But that guy's battery's dead as fuck on the right, I'll tell you that. If you stomp on that thing for that long, you better be prepared for that shit to drain quick, especially when it's in ludicrous mode.
That's what they call it?
Ludicrous mode. Yeah, and now they have Ludicrous Plus. I don't even want to turn that shit on. I don't need that. What kind of asshole is unhappy with ludicrous mode?
So I was going to ask before, don't you think there's some car company trying to beat them?
Yeah.
Has to be, right?
Tesla has a Roadster. Have you seen the Tesla Roadster? Oh my God, Jamie, pull that up. It's a spaceship. It's this little sports car looking spaceship that goes 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds.
It's a spaceship.
It's a spaceship. Look at that. That's the Tesla Roadster.
Oh, I like that.
It's a dope looking little car. The roof comes off too.
That's real, huh?
Oh my God, that thing's a demon.
What?
That thing is a demon.
How much does that cost?
I think it's $200,000.
It's real?
Yeah, it's not out yet.
Oh,
They're
okay.
working on it.
Oh, okay.
They're working on releasing it soon. Yeah, $200,000. Chicka-pow. But look at that, 1.9 seconds, 0 to 60.
Yeah, I don't need that.
They just seem the electric
really
cars
nice.
just seem like the future. But again, that one's going to be interesting because it has 600 miles. It can go 660 miles, I think, without charging, which is a long distance. Mine's like 317.
Oh, okay.
The new one, the ones they have
dope.
now are like 317.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's wild. Man.
Like, my mind is literally blown by this shit.
Yeah, mine too.
Like, for real. Like, that shit blows my mind.
Imagine if you're one of those people that makes those things.
Yeah.
Like, that's your job.
I feel like it's, like, really a process, like, scientific, like, you know, because you don't want nobody to hurt themselves.
Exactly.
I mean, you know what I mean? So you have to get it just right.
Sure.
So it's like, what's the process of that? Like, what the fuck are they doing, like, with technology and electricity in a car?
Yeah. And they have all these safety features. They have auto drive.
That's the
drive
thing.
For itself.
It's like, it's going to be so fast, it's got to have hella safety. Jesus Christ, girl. All right, I'm just going to let you in. I can't turn this thing off. Oh, there it is.
The same girl?
I don't know.
She's persistent.
I don't know who that was.
She's a go-getter.
I don't know. She can need to go get something else.
But yeah, man, I mean, it's when you drive something like that and you realize, like, oh, okay, just 30, 40 years ago, cars were these stinky, weird things that barely steered right. And now you have these things that it seem like they're from a futuristic movie, and you can get them right now.
It's crazy, yo. Like, it's insane. Because people like, okay, where are we going to be without transportation? We got to go somewhere, right? We got to get there somehow.
What is this, Jamie?
I was looking up, I thought I saw something today about a Lamborghini electric car, but this fell into this whole of the Terzo Millennio. It is an electric car by Lamborghini that self-heals. It has some sort of carbon fiber technology that allows it to fix itself if it cracks while it's dry. I don't know.
Oh,
that's
perfect.
insane.
Yeah, sweet.
It detects cracks and damages.
There we go.
It's a fucking transformer.
There we go.
I don't know.
It's a transformer. It's going to heal itself.
I was hoping you had heard of it.
No.
Self-healing.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's going to fix itself.
Sorry to distract from that, but yeah.
But it's Italian, right?
Yeah.
Listen to me. That's
it
my
looks like.
people. It ain't going to work. Those savages.
It looks insane.
Those,
They're thinking big.
if you want to go on a long trip in a Lamborghini, you're out of your fucking mind. That thing will leave you in the middle of the desert.
They're thinking big. That's it?
Yeah.
That is
It's got these weird, crazy
unbelievably good looking car.
light tires. I don't know
God
what
damn, that looks like the future.
That's fire.
Look at that thing.
It's a spaceship.
But if you take one of those, you know that it's made by Italians. Right? You know it. Like, look at that. This is my dick.
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Yeah. When you put the accent with the car, it makes sense.
It's so flamboyant. Look at the wheels on that thing. What the fuck is with those wheels?
I don't know.
Wow.
That's crazy.
An Italian spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah, cars are getting closer and closer to spaceships.
Yeah.
What if people start flying around? You comfortable with that? I'm not. I don't want anybody landing on my house.
Landing on the house, air accidents.
Yeah, man.
Those don't seem too good.
No.
And the regulation of...
What lane do you stay in?
Yeah, because we work so hard to develop these roads. It's like, where are we going now? Like, what's going on here?
Can you imagine if we had like a floating bubble highway system, right? Like there's balloons held on by rope that go all the way to the ground, and that marks the paths where you're allowed to fly your flying car through. but people don't look and they slam into each other. And then
man,
you're out there in the park with your kids.
Regulation would suck on that.
Yeah,
for
man.
Sure.
How do you stop people from? Well, it would have to be autonomous. It would have to be like Tesla auto drive. So it just takes you up and it just brings you around. It would have to be something like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we couldn't leave it up to people. Not with flying.
Hell no. It's too many different personalities.
Yeah. But then there's going to be lazy people that don't charge their fucking flying car. And then it gets up there and it's like, like, you didn't charge it?
You shouldn't be able to take off if it's not at a certain... If it's capable of dying...
I agree.
Ground it.
Then we're going to need more regulation, so we have more government.
Air laws.
Right? We're going to have to. That's the only way.
Yeah, yep.
We need more government, more regulations, air cops. We need air cops.
Oh, my gosh, the air police. Let's not talk about those guys.
Air police. They'll be even more on edge than ground police.
Than the ground police. Oh. Yeah, because they're in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
They're probably going to be super paranoid up there.
For sure.
Well, if we ever do eventually get to space travel, if human beings ever do figure out how to like go to other planets and set up a civilization on Mars or something like that, that's probably what the real next level future of humanity is going to be.
For sure.
Other than artificial life, if we can really figure out how to set up a base somewhere. Do you think you would ever go, if there was a base on Mars, it takes 6 months to go to Mars?
If there was a threat on Earth.
A threat?
Yeah, it was like, yo, Earth is about to be fucked up.
Like an asteroid?
Yeah. I would, if Mars was all right, I would try to go. I would take my family and go. Yeah, totally.
Wow.
To save my family.
That makes sense, to save your family.
Yeah.
What if Mars was awesome? What if they figured it out?
If it was awesome, I'd rather just die on Earth.
Yeah.
I'm cool here. I'm good.
Yeah, I just wonder once they actually do start going from Earth to other planets, how many people are going to be willing to do that?
All the rich folks.
You think so? I think rich folks want to go into orbit. I don't think they want to go to Mars. I don't think there's a whole lot.
You mean to live there?
Just maybe if you can come back. Let's say we're far in the future.
Vacationing.
Yeah, take a little vacation to Mars. It takes 6 months to get there. Everybody, you think?
If it takes 6 months to get there, hold on. That's another one.
It's a long trip,
I think a lot of people would do that.
I think a lot of people would do it. I think you're right. If they knew they could come back, because then they'd be able to brag about it. Mm-hmm. People would love to brag about going to Mars.
It's like that time travel thing where it like takes 6 Earth months to get there, but for you it's like 2 weeks.
Ooh, I don't think it works that way, but yeah.
I was wondering how does that...
You have to be like at the speed of light for that to happen. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now we're getting deep.
It might be interesting. You might be able to go save some time if you go do that.
Earth months.
You could lose some time, though. I know that's a fact. Like if you go into space at a particularly high rate of speed and then you figured out how to come back, like your twin brother would be way older than you. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I went to see this Brian Cox show. Do you know who Brian Cox is, the astrophysicist? He had a show he did in L.A., and in the back they have this gigantic screen, and it's this real high-resolution screen, and it showed all of the galaxies in the universe. It showed all of them, just all jammed in together with, like, appropriate space in between them. And you look at it, and you just go, what the fuck is that? Like, we're in that thing? We're one dot in just trillions of dots of all these other galaxies.
Damn.
Through the known universe. I've never seen anybody show it that way. And one of the things he talked about was that the rate of time is not the same for each person, even on Earth. Like, depending on where you go and what you do and what speed you travel at, if you and I were born on the exact same day, and we both got a watch, and that watch was perfectly calibrated, and you put your watch on, and I put my watch on, then we met when we're 80. If our watches were still working, the time would be different. Because we've lived through different time. And it might be only like a tiny increment, like a second or a couple seconds, but enough so that in the whole unit... And it was high as fuck. So while I'm there watching this thing, the whole thing just blew me away. I was like, this is a crazy way to look at the universe. This is it right here. Yeah, if anybody gets a chance, that's just one galaxy that they're showing. It's one galaxy colliding with another galaxy. It's fucking spectacular.
Whoa!
Yeah. Do you get into space documentaries?
I'm about to.
You got to.
I just don't believe everything that everybody tells me. So
About what?
About shit like that. So I would have to get it from a reliable source. You would have to tell me like the good space shit.
Any Neil deGrasse Tyson ones. Lawrence Krauss has got some good stuff. He's got good audiobooks too. That Brian Cox guy's as good as it gets. He's a genius. He used to be a musician.
Okay.
He's actually in like a pop band.
Okay.
I think in the 80s or was it 80s? Yeah, like a popular pop band. And he's a legit astrophysicist.
And he just talks about space.
Yeah, he gives these very entertaining. It was this guy Robin Ince, and they have this like stage show, and you know he comes out and talks about things and explains things. But when he explained that time thing to me, that if we lived the same life, that our watches would be different.
Yeah, that's crazy. I love shit like that. I'm writing his name down.
Brian Cox, C-O-X, not like the Dicks.
Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't put that name in there.
Of course, that could be a problem. Yeah, if you get a chance to see that show, man, it's a good thing to see too because it's so different than anything else you go to see. Like for me, I'm always at comedy clubs. I'm always either in the audience or on stage. So to be there at this place in the audience of this weird kind of like show / science seminar, it's amazing, man.
That's tight.
Yeah,
that shit seems crazy as fuck to learn and laugh.
Yeah, I gotta get you on some science documentaries.
Hell yeah!
When you're smoking weed and watching science documentaries,
it's gonna help my music.
That's when the real thoughts come out, kids. Well, you realize there's no getting away if you know that paranoid feeling that you get sometimes you get too high. If you have that paranoid feeling combined with a science documentary on space, then you realize like we're all very insignificant.
Exactly. And you seem extra high because you're high watching space.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, this dude is stoned.
Yeah, exactly. How have you gotten high your whole life?
I started when I was 16.
When you were 16?
I started smoking every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So right around the time where you were becoming successful as a rapper.
It was really like high school because I hated school. And I was just so done with it. And I was selling pot. And my mom found out. And she was low-key just super cool with it. It was like, yo, like, I smoke, you smoke, we smoke. And you know what I mean?
Wow.
It actually helped me get through school, like, to make it made it tolerable. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I was able to deal with, like, the shit that I didn't want to deal with. Because I'm an intelligent kid. I just really didn't like school. I didn't like... The school that I went to was good. I went to a nice school, but it was just... I grew up in a time where it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was weird. Yeah. So...
Well, every school, for every kid, is not what you want to do every day.
It's
just
bad.
Not what you want to do every day.
And, like, you got teachers who say certain things to you, and it's like, all right, I understand what I'm really here for. You know what I mean? And I see who I am to you, and you let it be known. It's kind of hard to, like, take those people serious and want to do the work and all that shit.
Want to follow their lead.
Yeah. And it's like, for me, that was the bare minimum. It was like graduating high school. It's like I could move on with the rest of my fucking life after that.
Yeah.
Weed helped me get through high school. I don't say that for everybody. I ain't going to say that for everybody. It helped me.
I believe you.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that's not that fun, but when you're high, it becomes interesting. A lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's why air travel is always better when you're high.
Way better.
Way better.
And you could take THC pills, you can eat edibles, you can do whatever you want.
You become like appreciative of the experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just be up there flying. For real.
Yeah. There's something to me about music, listening to music too in a plane while you're high. It's just, it has like extra impact. Like headphones on a plane, surrounded by all these people, but no one's talking, flying through the sky, going 500 miles an hour, 30,000 feet above the rocks. And then the music kicks in. Whew.
Yeah. Yep.
Something about old music too. For me, like lately, I've been getting into a lot of like really old rock and roll. You know, just imagining what it would be like to be around those people. You know, see Keith Richards and Mick Jagger in the 70s, or you know, to see Little Richard, to see James Brown live,
Hell
to
yeah,
see James Brown perform live. God,
yep.
There was nothing. It's hard for us to imagine there was nothing like that before them. You know, like there's levels of like impact that those early musicians have that it's hard to really historically put into place because there wasn't anybody like them before that.
Nope.
No rock and roll stars. No rap stars. Think of how recent that is.
Yeah, that's
Like,
super new.
Stand-up comedy is only about maybe like 70 years old or some shit like that. Maybe. Maybe really, maybe you could say 100 if you want to get crazy. But rap is like
30
years old.
40 maybe.
Maybe 40. Yeah.
Yeah. And
it keeps evolving and changing.
Yeah, like music in general. My favorite genre is like pop music. Like I love anything that could be considered pop because it changes with the times. But you have these mega stars, you know what I mean, who just transcend like it's like so they're larger than life. Like Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like he's bigger than just music, you know what I mean? Like, and you become a legend like as time goes on, but like to be a living legend, like living in those times and to be around those people and to really hear their music and experience them and shit like that, I feel like that shit is crazy. And it's like it's a gift like for the fans. It's a gift to be that person. It's a responsibility as well. But just like to be the one, like Beyonce, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that shit is crazy to me. Like
to be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Michael Jackson was the one when there was no one before. There was no real one like him. I mean, there was Elvis, and that's about it.
Right.
There was other ones that were big. They were very popular, very famous. But Michael Jackson, he transcended so hard. I was listening to WBCN radio in Boston. It was a rock and roll station. And they were like, I know there's a rock and roll station, but this song is so fucking good. We're going to play it anyway.
Yep.
And they played Michael Jackson.
Yep.
And we were like, wow.
And he had been performing since a kid, so he worked his whole life to get to be what was he, like 30 or something like that when he was like at
probably when he was
peak.
at his peak.
Yeah, yep.
There was no
Like,
there was no roadmap for him.
Nah. That shit is amazing.
Amazing.
And he did, funk music and he went through disco and you know what I mean? And it just was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And I would have loved to have seen him live before the controversy.
Right.
Just to experience him as an artist without having anything attached to it.
Yeah.
What he did or didn't do, I don't know what he did.
Right.
I have no idea.
Right.
Doesn't look good.
Right.
But I would have loved to have seen him without the burden of that.
Feel me?
It must have been insane. And only just to see, like, he was like like we're saying that it needs to be a different word for work. Because sometimes it's not work. It's a passion project. It's way better than work. He should have a different word for a star.
Yep.
Because he was like a supernova.
Yeah.
He was some rare thing.
Yeah.
That might happen once every 100 years.
Yeah.
I mean, even there's legends like Elton John and Rod Stewart and fucking there's all kinds of legends. But then there was Michael Jackson.
Right.
He was above all of them.
Yep.
It was a mania.
Yeah.
Kids would dress like him. Everybody wanted to wear those Thriller jackets. Right.
Yep. There's an art to it. I feel like every musician has a choice, like if they want to go there with it. Like, I feel like the Elton Johns and like even like Prince and shit like that. They stayed true to exactly who they were. Not that Michael Jackson didn't stay true to who he was, but he put himself out there for the world. He did everything. He had cartoons. He had sneakers. He did everything. You know what I mean?
The Beatles music.
Yeah, he bought. Yeah, like you know what I mean. Fucking dude owned other people's music.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, hell yeah, he was doing hella shit.
Yeah, I just think there was no roadmap for the poor guy.
Right.
Yep. When you're living in that fantasy world that nobody else can understand.
Right.
And there's no one before you, and then everywhere you go, people are screaming. He never had a break.
No.
There was no breaks. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do anything or go
hell
anywhere.
no. Hell no. Nothing normal.
Nothing.
That's crazy. That would suck.
I wonder if what that would be like if Michael Jackson came around today and he didn't exist before, he would for sure be a huge star. But I wonder if it would be as crazy because there's so many more stars now than there were back then because of the internet, because there's just more venues and outlets for musicians, for basically everyone, for comedians, for everyone.
Right.
There's more outlets.
Yep.
So because there's more outlets, there's more famous people.
Right.
I wonder if he would be if it would be as insane, because back when he was that famous, there wasn't like anyone that was parallel, not even close. Yeah, man. What do you listen to old stuff?
Yeah.
What do you listen to?
I like I do like 90s R&B now, but I like funk music. I like Bootsy Collins.
All right.
I like I love Jimi Hendrix. He's one of my favorites. I like Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye, freaking Kool and the Gang, fucking. I listen to everything, bro. I like a lot of the older soul music, like the Spinners, Patti LaBelle. You know what I'm saying? But I was raised on everything. My dad listened to Bob Marley. He listened to freaking. We used to listen to a lot of Sting and the Police.
Really?
Yeah, I love Sting. He's one of my favorites. Just all the jams, you know what I'm saying? Like the classic shit. Like you could put on any song, like for real. And I fuck with it because I listen to a lot of different music. And yeah. Oh yeah.
Marvin Gaye, man.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
He was phenomenal, man.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye was really good.
And his tragic story.
That was crazy.
His dad shot him. It's so crazy. I dated a girl once. This girl was so nuts. And we were talking about Marvin Gaye. No. We were talking about Marvin Gaye, and I was saying, it's so insane that his dad shot him. And she said, imagine what a piece of shit he had to be for his dad to shoot him.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, what? I go, no. Why would you assume he's the piece of shit when his dad fucking shot him? If he's a piece of shit, why doesn't his dad just get away from him? No, if his dad's shooting him, his dad's a piece of shit. But it was amazing. She was like instantly thinking he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't get your logic.
It's crazy.
That's someone with a good dad.
Different.
That's because she's someone who grew up with a good. She still loved her dad. She was close with her dad. Yeah, so I was like, "Oh God, I don't even know my dad." So that was, to me, I'm like, that dad shot him because he was Marvin Gaye. He's probably upset that his son had become Marvin Gaye.
Truth.
Imagine being Marvin Gaye too, where all your songs are like the best music to fuck to.
Yeah.
And he didn't have. There was nothing. There was no slide into the DMs.
Nah.
They had to find him physically.
Yeah. But he seemed like kind of like a faithful guy. Like he seemed like he would find like one chick and just fuck her and write an album about it.
That would be a good narrative. I think it's hard for those dudes if they're singing about fucking all the time. It's coming their way. It's a tsunami.
But they usually like just want to fuck one girl like that.
Right.
Like those
Romantic
love songs.
dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like when the music's dark, like Eazy-E, like, you know what I mean? Like he's fucking mad bitches. He wasn't talking about like like just one. Like
right.
You know what I mean? He wasn't on his Marvin Gaye shit.
That was what I remember.
Because he said sexual healing. You know what I mean? When you get that feeling, he needs sexual healing. Like the shit made him feel better.
Yeah.
When he was with her.
That's a big difference between the NWA's first album. Big difference in the message. Sexual healing. There's some shit from like the early gangster rap days you listen to today. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like this is crazy stuff. I remember it at the time when it was first coming out, and no one knew what. Like no one could understand. There was no music like this before, and then all of a sudden you have Ice-T.
Yeah, that was before they even had the freaking parental advisory on there. They made that because like it was like, yo, parents, make sure y'all check this out before your kids get it.
It was Al Gore's wife. It was Tipper Gore. She was the one who was in charge. It was like she was leading the charge. Yeah. Against, I think it was her. Make sure I'm right about that. Is it? Was it right?
I'm not mad at that. That made rap music better.
You think so?
Hell yeah! It's like made it more dangerous.
Oh, we put the extreme. Yes. Yeah. They were trying
to. It's like a rated R movie.
They were trying to ban some stuff though. They were trying to ban like certain kinds of music.
And like.
Oh yeah, well that was rap. Florida. Florida's crazy. Don't fuck around in Florida. If they catch you in Florida, they arrest people for
anything.
You can get arrested for obscenity in Florida.
Yeah, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm not going to Florida.
Florida was a. That's
I'll go, but I'm not going crazy in Florida. Yeah,
Broward County. Yeah. Just don't get arrested for swearing.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's what they got Two Live Crew for, right?
Yeah.
Explicit lyrics.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm good on all
People
that.
forget
actually.
about that, right?
Yeah.
Like those guys were like the Lenny Bruce of rap.
Right.
Like Lenny Bruce is a guy who he got arrested a bunch of times for stand-up comedy because he wouldn't change his words and his, swearing on stage. He was brought in front of the court. That was Two Live Crew in a lot
Imagine
of
going
ways.
to jail for like.
For rap.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's crazy. For saying something.
For saying something.
Somebody doesn't like it, so they want to put you in a cage.
Wow.
Because they don't like how you're saying.
Wow.
They don't like what you're saying. They don't like how you're saying it. Like, could you arrest someone if they just said that somewhere? What if they're in the comfort of their own house and they said the things that are in that? Is that illegal?
Yeah.
Could you yell it out the window?
Yeah.
Could I drive down the road yelling it out the window?
Right. Should be able to.
It should be able to. Who the fuck are you, man? Who the fuck are you to tell people they can't do that? But then in Florida, they're like, nope, obscenity.
Yeah.
For rap.
Florida's like its own world, though. Like, that's why when shit goes down, it's like, all right, and then it's Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so its own world that it's being overrun with invasive species. A lady got attacked by an alligator just yesterday. You hear about that, Jamie?
I feel like that happens all the time down there. We
Happens
just don't
all
hear
the
about
time. More often than not.
Yep.
More often rather than not. Nope, that's not even the good way to say it. More often now than before because there's a lot of them.
Yeah. I could imagine being a gator, not having nowhere to go, just kicking it in Florida.
Want to eat some stupid lady.
Yeah.
Like, look at this
Dumbass.
slow bitch.
And I've been around for a long ass fucking time. I'm hungry as fuck.
Yeah.
Florida's fucking crazy. Let's eat.
And you just look at that lady like, she's so annoying.
Yeah.
Maybe no one will even notice.
I don't even eat ladies, but I'm going to do it today.
Mostly they eat dogs. They love to eat people's dogs. That's what's fucked up.
It's a good snack if you're an alligator. I love dogs, though, so I don't know. But if I was a gator, a dog would be a good snack. For sure.
It's a good meal.
Prefer a dog than a lady.
Yeah, people have clothes on. You
Exactly.
gotta digest their sneakers and shit.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Shoes don't taste good.
If you didn't live in California, what state would you live in?
If I didn't live in Cali, what state would I live in? Not Georgia, not Florida, not Pennsylvania, not New York.
Not New York, huh?
Nah.
Too crazy?
Maybe upstate New York.
Ah.
Yeah, maybe upstate.
Then
That's
you
too
gotta
cold,
worry.
though.
You gotta worry about ticks too.
Yeah, fuck ticks.
Fuck ticks.
Yeah.
Everybody gets Lyme disease out there.
Yeah. Damn. I don't know. I never thought about that.
When the shit hits the fan,
I love California so much.
tsunami rolls over us.
Maybe I'll go to Australia.
Every time I'm on the highway nowadays and it's jammed up, bumper to bumper, I just say, imagine if something happened. This is just Thursday. Just a regular Thursday and it's bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
Imagine if some shit went down.
That'd be fucked up. People wouldn't know what to do.
We
When it
didn't know what to
rains
do.
out here, people don't know what to do.
They panic. They
Yeah.
slam into each other. They forget how to drive.
It's like, dog, it's just rain. It's just water coming out the sky.
Jesus Christ. It's a strange place to live, right? Because people aren't tested out here, like by climate.
Yeah, yup.
On the East Coast, they're tested by climate.
Yeah, yup.
That wind comes, that snowy wind comes. You got to get the fuck
prepare.
inside.
You got to winterize your car.
Yeah.
You got to get snow tires.
Yeah. That's real.
Motherfuckers out here don't know about that.
They don't know.
Hell no.
They don't know.
350 tornadoes last week.
Where?
Yeah,
Just
I heard about
in
that.
the Midwest, wherever Tornado Alley kind of
Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they got fucked
ramped
up, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was like Ohio and where else? Kentucky, I think.
Yeah, bunch.
They just handing out
Missouri.
tornadoes.
Missouri got hit hard.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know if that's really because of climate change that those are ramping up. But if they ramp up in unprecedented levels like that and it becomes impossible to live in Ohio or Kentucky or anywhere where there's tornadoes, can you imagine how nuts that is? If we find out that the center of the country is just tornado, like a tornado bowling area.
Wow.
Just
That
a
would be
bowl
fucked.
filled with tornadoes.
Florida, you're just dodging hurricanes most of the year. They just get lucky if it doesn't happen where you are.
Yeah, you
or
get lucky.
Whatever.
Yeah, you're a dick sticking out into the ocean, and it's right where all the tornadoes get formed or all the hurricanes get formed. They all get formed there. That's where they all go, right?
Yep. They
It's like warmer waters, right?
like, here we go. We're
Yeah.
gonna get started right here.
Yeah, fuck hurricanes. I've been in a little baby hurricane before, and I was living in Boston, which is pretty far away from the ocean in terms of where my house was. And it was like, wow.
Yeah.
And that was a little baby one. It was nothing. By the time it got to us, it was nothing.
I lived in Japan for 2 years, and
Did you really?
used to have some crazy fucking earthquakes over there.
Oh, really? While you were there?
Yeah, they had earthquakes and typhoons.
You saw both?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like,
What was the earthquake like?
bad. You never been in one here?
Yeah, I've been a baby one.
Oh,
I've been in
okay.
like a 5.5.
Bro, like, I'm talking about whole room just shaking. Like, it's like a ride at Universal, like, because you see shit moving. It's like, damn, is this really happening? And this shit happens, bro. Like, the earthquakes over there are insane.
Wow.
Yeah, yup. And they get some crazy rain, like when the typhoons come. That shit gets really violent too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yup. Yeah, the Japanese are, you know, they hold it down.
What were you doing living over there?
My parents are military. My mom was in there for a little bit, but then she got out. And then my dad was in there. He got out but remarried. So that's how I stayed in the military thing, was my stepmom. And I would move. We would live on base, you know what I mean, for like 2 years or whatever. And then I would move back with my mom.
Wow. What was it like living in Japan as a young guy?
It was crazy. Like, it was fun. I lived there in the late 90s. So it was like when technology was first changing, like music was just now going into MP3s and shit like that. So there was that. Pokemon was really popular over there. It was fun, like just being a kid, like running around fucking it up in Japan. It was cool, man. It was fun as hell.
That's an interesting little extra level to your brain, right?
Yeah,
like you grew up those 2 years in a completely different kind of culture.
Yeah,
so
totally.
you have a different understanding of what's possible.
Right, 100%.
I think that's so big for kids, man.
Yeah.
Show them shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it helped out a lot for sure. Yeah, it was cool. It was
has
fun.
to, right?
Yeah.
Like, as far as your perspective.
Yeah, it was
just being
fun.
around. I've only been to Tokyo for a few days, only once, and I
Right.
was like, "This is one of the trippiest places I've ever been in my life."
It's crazy.
It's so interesting.
It was crazy. Living there was wild. Like, no TV, like regular TV. They don't got any like American TV stations.
Oh,
So
wow.
for 2 years, I was just like,
Disconnected.
yeah, like I didn't have shit. Yeah, yeah. It was
And
crazy.
this is before Netflix and everything too, right? Right? Or YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That was probably really good for you.
No, it sucked. I couldn't watch wrestling.
But I bet it was really good for your brain.
No.
You don't think so?
I need that. I need my entertainment, man. Fuck that, yo. I need to be a part of the world. I couldn't buy all the CDs and shit that everybody was listening to. It was whack.
Did you learn to speak Japanese?
Just a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Baby Japanese just to get around and shit, but I forgot it though.
You forgot it all?
Not all of it. Well, it'll come back if I like, you know what I mean? You run me through it, but I can't sit here and say no Japanese words.
How hard was it to learn?
It wasn't difficult.
No?
Nah, it's not difficult. Reading it is difficult.
Oh,
Yeah.
different?
Because they have symbols or characters. So it's like one character means like 3 of our words.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, yep. And then they have like 3 different styles of writing it too. So it's like we have print and cursive. They have
no.
3 different ones.
Oh, that sounds so annoying.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, on one hand, you don't want it to go away because it's an ancient language. But on the other hand, you're like, can you guys clean this up? Simplify this shit for
I
me, please?
honestly think they got it down pat. You know what I'm saying? They don't even want us to have fucking know that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, they're like, we'll learn English if we want to, but if you want to learn Japanese, it's going to be difficult, bro.
I want to learn some Asian language because I'm fascinated by reading like Twitter messages from, you know how many more characters they had?
Yeah.
They can write books.
Yeah.
140 characters. Like, how many words is that though?
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of fucking words.
It's
or
true.
if it's 280.
True.
I mean, 280 of those Asian, whether it's Chinese or Japanese, those little symbols. That's a lot of talking, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to put like the ingredients on shit.
Oh, yeah. I'd imagine. Do they have symbols for numbers or just use numbers?
I forgot what the numbers look like. I think it's symbols.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Like the
I
number
don't imagine
3?
that it's like 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, wow. Right.
Yeah,
It
I
must have
think
something.
yeah.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what is let's go with Japanese. Does the Japanese language have symbols that represent numbers. Like you would write the letters THREE for 3, like that. Like you would write 3, or you'd be the number 3. Do they have that in Japanese?
Nah, because Japanese is like each ni, san, shi.
Oh.
There's whole different words for it. So it's like 1 is ichi. So it would, however you spell that in Japanese. I'm starting to kind of remember what it looks like now.
Do you think if you could move back there right now, you'd just get right back in the swing of things after a while?
Sure.
David Lee Roth moved there, from Van Halen, the lead singer of Van Halen. He moved down there and took kendo lessons. He lived there for like more than a year.
I would probably appreciate it more now as an adult.
You think so?
Yeah, yep. Because as a kid, you kind of just want to run wild and do everything that you see on TV. But
so you must be annoyed that you were stuck there.
It was kind of weird, you know what I mean? I was 13, like wanting to like go crazy. It was fun for a little while, but you want to go back home and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Of course.
But as an adult, I feel like I would benefit a lot more from it. Yeah, yep.
So at this stage of your career, when you're looking at like what you're putting down, when you're making albums, when you're putting together your music, like what excites you the most about it?
I'm a huge fan of music in general, so I get just inspired off of like production and shit like that, like the newest producers and shit. Like, cause I like to go out, I like to enjoy myself, I like to have fun. So whatever is popping, like at that time, whatever the sound is, whether it's West Coast inspired or if it's down south inspired, I'm just interested in finding my own way of doing what's new and what my fans would love from me. Because like as a music person, you want something new every time. You don't want the old shit all the time. You could go buy that. So I just love creating and just coming up with what's new, you know what I mean? Like, I work with the newest producers, I work with the newest artists, I work with, you know what I mean? I try to make my shit sound different every time. I always tell my engineer, I'm like, yo, let's fuck with the shit sonically so it don't sound the same as the last album. Like, I come up with new ad-libs or just different shit to just kind of keep it fresh. Still do what people know me for, you know what I mean? But it's like, just coming up with new ways of doing that, I get excited.
That's awesome to hear. I love it when someone loves what they're doing and it comes out great.
Yeah, thank you.
It's beautiful to see. It really is. And that to me is one of the most inspiring things that I get out of any artist. It's like hearing them talk about their process. I don't know why I always get jazzed up. I love it.
It's crazy for me because like there's different ways to do what I do. Like I have so many ways. Like I could sit there and just come up with some shit like brand new, or I have like the Oreo commercial with my son where it's like there's a team of people who like come up with what could be the best for me and I just do that shit and then it just goes crazy. You know what I mean? It's like See You Again is one of my biggest songs, and that song had like 8 different people on it, but I wrote 2 verses that the person who made the original song, I wrote 2 verses for it that they loved more than anybody else's song. I mean, anybody else's. So they gave me the whole record, and it ended up being one of my biggest songs. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's like the process of just like putting yourself in the situation and just being like, all right, cool, let's work. That's beneficial it's as beneficial as being, you know what I mean, a creative, just, okay, I'm going to do what I do. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to step outside of that and just use your talents. It's like being an actor or, you know what I mean? Like you just fill in that spot that people need you in. And I'm kind of at that point in my career because I worked so hard and grinded and done so many things and come up with so many waves and ideas that didn't exist before. Now I could use other people's ideas and just be myself and get, you know, a really big effect, and everybody is happy.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Dude, you living the life. You got it nailed.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations.
Hell yeah.
I had a great time talking to you, man.
Thank you,
I really
bro.
appreciate
awesome
it, man.
Time too. I appreciate you too, bro.
Very nice. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
That's it, everybody. Bye.
Yeah.